Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exciting episode of the smoking section. We're back with a brand new week, brand new episode. I'm your host, Jamar. And to my right, we got the hater, Wes, because haters gonna hate.
What's up?
And right above me, we got the proprietor, John, up there.
Yo, what's up, y'all? How you doing tonight?
And to my top right, ladies and gentlemen, we're joined by a very special guest tonight, and I do mean special. He's hailing from Columbia, South Carolina. He's a musician. He's an artist. He's a songwriter, rapper. Hip hop. Guy. You got Cristal the King. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's happening? Appreciate y'all for having me on the smoking section.
You already know.
Man, you already know how to get down.
Shit, it's our pleasure, man. Wherever you can find music, YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you can get your shit from, you can find Cristal music on there. You got singles out, man. Aquaman, In Your Head, you know what I'm saying? And tell us about your music, man, and where we can find it.
Definitely, man. Just I'm an all around entertainer when it comes to music, man. I jump around in many genres. I was in the band in school, so and I was a singer in church, so like my musical background goes a long way. And shoot, I got singles out like Aquaman, which is just talking about a man being able to navigate the feminine waters, and then I got motivational music, like Trillionaire, which is basically about somebody just staying focused to get their money up after they've been knocked down so many times and doubted by many people, So like, I'm all about motivating the people in some kind of way, whether it's fun, sexual, whatever kind of pleasures, it just, if you down, you can listen to my music and be up. That's how I feel about it. So appreciate y'all once again for having me. Definitely.
Sure, yes, sir.
All right. I appreciate you, brother. That's all right. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a special episode for our special guest. We're going to be talking about our top 5 favorite TV sitcoms of all time. How y'all feel about that?
Yeah, I'm ready for this one.
I guess I'll go first. I mean, yeah, as y'all know, I am a huge TV guy. I got my shows that I love, ones I grew up on, other ones I discovered. You feel me? Ones I had to go back and start watching, like Golden Girls and MASH and stuff like that. Like, I love my little TV sitcoms for real. It are imitating life, so to speak. You know. So yeah, I can't wait to get into it. You got Gustav.
Shoot, I'm gonna go ahead and list off my top five.
No, hold on.
Oh no, oh
Nah,
okay,
not yet. Just
not yet.
yeah, we gonna do that. Uh, Jamal, you want to explain? You the host. My bad.
Yeah, we're gonna pretty much go in order. I started off, and we're gonna go counterclockwise, and we're gonna go one at a time. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Let's get it.
I apologize. Should
Yeah,
have been.
My
yeah.
bad,
I was
fella.
just trying to.
Oh
We
man, you all
good.
good, bro.
Just
You
trying
all
to get
good.
y'all
You all
opinion
good.
on.
We ain't doing shit but
Just trying to
smoke.
get y'all opinion on the topic of the show. What y'all think about the topic of the show?
Oh, I definitely think it's fire. I mean, I think that it kind of being a young dude that was raised by a single mother, it kind of shaped my life as far as like watching the fathers on a lot of the shows. So I think that's kind of like what my basis is, like, how those shows help me grow up but entertain me at the same time. So
Mhm.
I think that's kind of like, how this really affects me in my life. And I feel like I turned out to be a pretty good dude, and a lot of that didn't come from a father saying don't do this and don't do that.
Yeah,
It came from like seeing some of these shows and seeing some of the father figures on those shows. and that kind of, especially shows like Fresh Prince, like Uncle Phil, like really, kind of just sculpted like what it was to be a solid man, being a successful black man. You know what I mean? So, I'm really, when John told me about this, I was really excited, to join and then, give my take on these shows.
Yeah, that's good shit, bro. I could dig that, man. That shit stood out to me because I can relate, man. Raised by a single mom, and you see all these TV dads and shit. And in a way, it helps shape you who the man you are today. I definitely can relate to that, bro.
Word.
Respect.
Yeah. I'm really I'm like John and Chris with this. I've been really excited for this show. I've been real, you know what I'm saying, Joe, ready. Um, like y'all said, Joe, raised up in the '90s, watching Sanford and Son and the Martins and the Jamie Foxx shows and the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Just watching the single father show, growing up in a fatherless home, single mom home. Just like y'all said, it's like, man, watching the father, like, man, it's like sometimes like, dog, Joe, hey, you you get that boy like, dog, I miss my father too, but watching shows, it can like just change me to be a better person.
Like feel a little bit.
Yeah, like Uncle Phil,
Maybe probably put a little piece into something that's probably missing. It's not,
yeah.
you was like, I miss my pops or something like that. Like a little filler or something like that,
Yeah.
Yeah. And we gonna pick this thing off right, man. We're gonna get everybody what they came here for. And man, you know what it is, man. I'm gonna go in order again. Start from 5, working my way up to the first one.
Yeah.
And we know we
And
all
I'm gonna
do
try
it.
to make it quick. Ladies and gentlemen, we promise you, this is not gonna be a 3-hour show. We're gonna make it quick. I've been getting some complaints that the podcast is too long sometimes, so we're gonna make this quick.
I
Hey,
said,
let it be
man,
natural,
I
family.
said,
Let it be natural.
Hey, yo, when we get into it, we get into it though. I mean, you feel me?
That's what I'm saying. You can't help it sometimes. It depends on what the topic is.
For
Hey,
real.
you
We
never
talk
know who gonna
about
really enjoy
TV.
that third hour. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right. That's true.
yeah,
Right.
continue to do y'all, man. I enjoy
Right.
it, man. Especially last week's episode. I really enjoyed it.
Word, man.
Yeah, man. And tonight we talking about TV shows. Shit, we're gonna try. But my number 5 favorite TV show of all time, man. It started in 2003, stopped in 2015, and ran about 12 seasons, 262 episodes. My number 5 TV show of all time is 2.5 Men.
Mm.
Good one.
The
Word,
reason why,
yeah.
the reason why I like 2.5 Men is because you don't really got to think too hard when you watch that TV show. You a long day of work or whatever your case is, you could just come home, put an episode in, and start laughing at that shit immediately. It's gonna be a laugh guarantee when you watch 2.5 Men. You feel me?
Yeah.
I fuck with 2.5 Men because Charlie, he himself, the actor Charlie Sheen, he really playing himself. You know what I'm saying? Like when you watch that joint, everybody want that shit. He got the life, the money, the beach house. He play his little jingles. He don't really got no boss. He get all the girls. You know what I'm saying? He could play the piano. He could drink whiskey, drink vodka. I mean, who wouldn't want that? You know what I'm saying? It's 2.5 minutes. It's not really slapstick comedy. It's it's more sarcastic comedy. You feel me? It's more sexual. It's more dark and honest. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's why I fuck with it. Like the show. The show don't care if it offends you. It really don't.
Right.
Those people who familiar with the show watch it. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
For real.
even
That's a
though
good one. I didn't see that one coming tonight.
even though it ended 11 years ago, the last episode, it still got rewatch value. Like you
Yeah.
can watch any episode out of order and it won't matter. You can still enjoy it. You can watch
Yeah.
episode 16 from season 2 and you can watch episode 9 from season 12 and you ain't gonna miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? Only difference is seasons 1 through 8 was Charlie Sheen and the last seasons was Ashton Kutcher on there. That's the
Yeah.
only difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But me personally, I prefer the Charlie version.
Yeah. Me too.
Same.
Yeah, I'm saying yeah, me too. Yeah.
Me too.
Same.
You know, 2.5 Men. It ain't one of them shows like you get the lesson of the week. Like what you gonna learn this week on the episode. 2.5 Men wasn't like that. It was just laugh and consequences. And ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look at Allen. And you know, everybody know the characters and shit. I ain't gonna run through the characters. Charlie Sheen, his brother Allen, their son Jake, the housekeeper Berta,
That's
their
my
mama
mom right there, Berta. The Berta was
Berta.
funny.
Yeah, Berta, my favorite character on there.
Yeah.
Walden Smith was Ashton Kutcher's character once Charlie left. Another reason why I like 2.5 Men before I passed the mic, I feel like I'm Charlie Sheen in a way. Like when I'm
Right.
watching that shit, I'm Charlie.
Oh
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Because I love women. You know what I'm saying? I love the beauty of them. I love conversating with them. I love their energy. I love being around them. Fucking Charlie.
Yo.
You know what I'm saying? I enjoy my freedom. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's in relationships, whether it's job, you know what I'm saying? It don't matter what it is. I enjoy my fucking freedom, bro. Just like Charlie.
I
I'm
can agree with
confident.
that totally.
Yeah.
Confident in what I do. You know what I'm saying? Just like Charlie. I use my humor as an armor. Like I use my jokes to deflect shit sometimes. I might be going through something, but I'm gonna find a way to laugh at. You
Yeah.
feel me?
That's true.
Um, shit, I love my peace. Don't disturb it. Just like Charlie, I move at my own pace. I'm not in no rush. You know what I'm rushing for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm honest about who I am. I ain't gotta lie. I ain't gotta sugarcoat. I'm Charlie Sheen.
Respect, yo. For real. For real, man.
John, what you working with, bro? What you working with?
So my top, all right, my number 5 is Everybody Loves Raymond.
Ooh, another good show.
Everybody Loves Raymond
Yeah.
is my show, man. Like for real, like everybody brings something to the table in that show. Ray, especially Robert, the older brother, they be shitting on that man, yo. Like, and it's the constant, like you can see it, like everybody loves Raymond. And Raymond can't do no wrong.
Right.
You feel me? At least in his mom's eyes, you feel me? Like
Yeah.
do no wrong and shit. You feel me? Like I fucks with it. As I got older, right? It's crazy because like me and my wife, I be calling it, I be saying it too. Like me and my wife have like everybody love Raymond moments. You know, like that dynamic, like TV sitcom relationship dynamic where
Yeah.
you know, like I say some stupid shit, and she be like, "Rick, did you really say that?" Like, you feel me? Like, really, the same look that Deborah used to give Ray when Ray was thinking about some shenanigans, or you feel me, overreacting over a TV show or some shit like that. I told y'all, yo, like, when when Cody won. I popped.
Yeah.
I look over.
Yeah.
You feel me? So like to see that dynamic from these TV shows, especially Everybody Loves Raymond. You know, it's just kind of funny. It's like, huh, I imitates life for real type stuff. You feel me? And then Frank, you know, the dealing with. Then they have the dynamic of Deborah dealing with the in-laws. You feel me? Which is hilarious because his moms ain't got no chill, no boundaries, no none of that. You
No
feel me?
filter. No filter at all.
None of that. Like Debbie just sitting there like, if she want to say this, she want to do this, she can't. That's her husband's mother. Her husband is still a mama's boy. It just makes for like comedy for me, you know, like for real. And then you got Frank, the veteran, right, the older dude, straight to the point, really don't care type shit. Like that whole dynamic, I loved it. I used to watch that with my brother faithfully. Faithfully. Everybody love Raymond coming on, yo. It used to come on right before, right after King of Queens, actually.
Oh, another
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, what's
Two good shows. Two good shows back to back.
That's another good one right there.
yeah, like we was locked in, and it was just that for me. Like I still watch Everybody Loves Raymond. It's still one of my favorite TV shows ever, yo. And that's my number 5.
Word. I guess it's on to me
Fun,
next.
fun
Oh,
fact.
wait.
Yep.
Everybody Love Raymond was such a good show. That motherfucker won 15 Emmys.
Mm.
Damn.
It was out for 9 seasons. So that motherfucker won more Emmys than it was out. I should tell
And
you something right there.
so Everybody Loves Raymond didn't have a laugh track. That was live audience.
Mm.
Yup.
Yep.
Nah, that was a good show. I didn't know
Yep.
they won that many Emmys though. That's hard to do.
And then the dude that played Robert, he
Mhm.
was great.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah. The lady that played the wife, she won 4 of them her damn self.
Deborah. Deborah was funny as hell.
Yeah, she funny as a motherfucker.
For real.
She reminded me
Yeah.
of like a newer Betty White.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yup.
it was that sarcasm,
Yup, yup,
that
yup.
sarcastic look, that dry humor, that like, really, this is what I gotta deal with type shit. You know, like you know.
Yeah.
You ever seen
Yeah. Chris Powell, number
I
5.
Love Raymond? You ever saw
Huh?
that? You ever saw that crossover episode, King of Queens and Everybody Loves Raymond? You know
Nah,
No, I
Yeah.
can't see the episode.
they both live in Queens.
I ain't know that.
Yeah, yep, yep.
They was outside at the picnic or some shit.
Yeah, yep. The DMV.
Okay,
They
okay.
was at DMV.
I think they met at the DMV. It was either their pop, it's either Arthur and Frank or Ray and Doug. But I think it was the DMV.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's dope.
Yeah. Shit, Chris, what's your number 5 sitcom of all time?
So mine is gonna be my number 5 is gonna kind of be a different reason of why I like this, but it's why I like this. My number 5 is The Facts of Life.
Ooh,
Yeah, that was
Dale
like,
Connor.
yeah, that was no with Trudy. What's her
Yeah, yeah.
name? That Kim Fields.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. My fault.
Yeah, and they had all the girls staying in the house with
Yeah.
the mom, and I mean it was a good show. It had 9 seasons, came out in '79. I'm an old soul, so like some of my shows, definitely gonna come from the past. But like, I watched this show because um it had some good lessons, but it taught me a lot about girls. So like at it I used a lot of understanding I got from that show to like understand girls when I got older. And so, I never was the dude. I was always like the dude surrounded by girls because I understood them. You know what I'm saying? So like, I could always hook the homeboys up with somebody because they gonna listen. The girls gonna listen to me because I understand them. You know what I'm saying? I probably could hook more of my homeboys up than myself, but I was also kind of a choosy dude too. So like, sometimes it just wasn't for me anyway. You know what I mean? But I definitely watched that show a lot, and it just taught me, about like what girls go through in puberty, like how they look, how they think about looking for dudes, like what's their mind state when they looking for a dude. So for that reason, you know what I mean, I started, well, I kind of just ran across the show, but then like I just kept watching because of that, so I definitely thought, and then I was in love with Ken Fields when I saw,
Come
because
on,
this
come
was young.
on.
This wasn't a living single Ken Fields. This was young her. So for me being young, I'm seeing her at that age. And I'm like, man, and then she wasn't like, she ain't act white on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like she was still a black girl on this show full of white girls. You know what I'm saying? So like she still carried herself well in her own role, and she acted well in that show. So I definitely I definitely really enjoyed that joint. I don't know if y'all watched
Yeah,
that, but that was definitely my
Oh
joint.
yeah.
I wasn't
yeah, I'm
really.
familiar with it. I think, if I'm mistaken, I think it's a spinoff of a Different Strokes.
Yep.
Oh,
Yep.
it
That was
is?
his predecessor, Different Strokes. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Different Strokes.
Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, that boy took it back on that one.
Man, he went back in the deck on that one.
Yeah,
You know
man.
what? Make so bad. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back with him. I'm gonna go to the Odd Couple.
Oh man, that's crazy. That was one of my shows too.
Yo,
That was a good show.
I
His name
remember.
Felix.
Yeah, man, my
Felix
man
Ross.
Felix and Unger. Oh my God.
Yeah, yeah,
One was like a business type dude or something like that, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Yes, yeah,
He was like, one was like a preppy
yeah.
gay dude almost.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then the other one was like a slouch
Yeah.
that
Right, yeah. I'm saying,
didn't
man.
really give a
I'm
fuck
saying
about nothing except for
Yo,
paying his rent to live in that house.
that's it. And smoking cigars and fucking the whole house up. That's all his own. That's it.
Hey yo, he always got on the preppy dude nerves because he wanted everything to be so preppy and clean and shit like that. It made it hilarious, yo.
and bro back there like this.
Right, man. On the real.
Yeah, that was that joint. Yo.
I might have to double back and check that out. I'm familiar with it, but I never like really,
I
watched.
mean, it kind of reminds you of the first top five. Two and a Half Men kind of reminds you
Yeah,
of that. It's
I'll say
just it
Canada
don't
just a
have the
little bit.
men.
Yeah. Just a
Yeah.
little bit.
Yep.
Yeah. I would say yeah.
Because the preppy one had the women coming to the apartment. Like he would have these little, nice little upper class parties, but they'd be, dancing the disco or something, or not disco, but like the pre-disco, like before that time, they whatever they had is that party music.
Let me ask this, y'all. This might be a stretch because I don't know. But would y'all say like that was like the first blueprint for a odd couple pairing? Because we got odd couple pairing in
Yeah.
movies, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It is. It
It
is.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It is.
definitely.
Word. How
It
about
Definitely.
is,
that?
bro. Like you said, Alan and fucking Charlie, Seinfeld, Jerry and George. You
Dharma
know
and
what I'm
Greg.
saying?
Dharma and Greg. She was a free spirit. He was like an accountant or some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to put that on the list, yo. Odd couple.
Nah, that was at a time where men and women were paired up on shows is the comedic value. You had the Dick Van Dyke Show with him and Mary Tyler Moore. You had I Love Lucy, with her and Desi Arnaz. So like, you
Yeah.
always had the male and female pairing. So this was kind of like the first time where two men living together was a, I probably like rejected so many times because it wasn't even done like that. You know what I mean? Like they believed in the family structure household.
After that came what Perfect Strangers is one of my. You feel me? I used to love Perfect Strangers. Y'all remember that? Cousin Balky.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yo,
yeah, that's all right, man. That so dope, man. They tried to remake that motherfucker so many times. They tried to remake it in the 80s. I think CBS tried to do a remake with Matthew Perry.
what?
They did an animated show on it
Rich.
back in the day too.
An animated show.
Yeah, they did an animated version of that shit back in the 80s.
Oh, I
But it
ain't know
ain't
that.
nothing like the original though. Ain't nothing
Right.
like the original.
I would say I never. I would say after the odd couple went on. I would say after it stopped airing the odd couple, Joe. I stopped. I stopped.
Yeah,
Your Felix and I stopped. I stopped.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel you, man. And shit, my number four favorite sitcom of all time, man. Y'all don't take it back, so I'm gonna bring it back forward a little bit. Just a little bit. this show this show aired from it aired from 1993 to 1998. It won number 5 seasons, 118 episodes. It was love, but I fucked with it. It's Living Single, man.
Mm.
What was that
Mm.
joint?
You know what I'm saying? Living
And that
Single.
too.
The intro, everybody know the intro was sung by Queen Latifah herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And people look at me funny when I put Queen Latifah on my top 25 artists of all time. People look
Really?
at me funny. You know what I'm saying? But
Why
that's
did
a whole different story, though. That's a whole different episode right there.
Yeah. Nah, she
I like
deserved that though. I don't know who looking at you funny, but she definitely deserved
yeah.
that.
bro, niggas be looking at me funny when I pick Queen and Will Smith in my top 25. Bro.
You gotta put Will up there, man. You got to. This man went platinum first.
Mm.
This niggas will give you the side eye, man.
Will though. What you gotta
For
stand
real.
on.
There it is, bro.
I think hip hop had a beef. Well, I ain't gonna say hip hop, but I guess at that time they just had a beef because Will ain't cuss. Like
Yeah.
he ain't cussing none of his music and still went platinum.
Doesn't curse in his rap.
Yeah.
Well, I do.
Well, fuck him and fuck you too.
And niggas hated him. Niggas hated him. And when he was Fresh Prince, he was like a storytelling rapper. Listen to that album with him and Jazzy Jeff, and every track on there, you can visualize what this nigga saying. Other rappers was doing it, it wasn't no problem. But Will did it, it was a problem because he didn't cuss. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. You know what I'm saying? But I like Living Single, man, because that shit it feels real to me. It's about friendships, and when you watching that show, it feel authentic. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Nah,
You got
definitely.
everybody knows the character. You got Sinclair, Maxine, Overton, Regine, Cal,
Kyle.
Khadijah, the main characters. It's a show about my people. It's about our people. You feel
Yep.
me?
Yep.
Yeah.
And I know, John, you can relate to it because the shit they was in Brooklyn, right?
Yeah, you already know. Like Living Single was
Yeah. Living
Living.
Single was in Brooklyn.
Yeah, it was must watch TV. You feel me? I'm talking like new episodes. Like, yeah, we watching that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was us. It was, like as a kid, I'm watching them. I guess they like in their 20s or whatever the case may be, but that's like something to look forward to. You feel me? You know?
When I watch it back, it hit different because I can see the adult conversations. You know, they're talking about money, dating, you know, their careers, their pride, their ego. You know, as an adult, I can relate to all that shit now. You know what I'm saying? You know, living single, man. You know, it's strong, black, excellent energy on that show, and to me, that was one of the first times I seen that shit on the show. You know what I'm saying? Everybody was educated. Everybody had ambition. And even though they had flaws too, but they still was fly, man. Cal Barker was my nigga on that job. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, you know, we did the episode of top 5 things we love and comedy on my shit. So all 5 of my shows are comedy related, but Living Single was that smart humor. It was more witty, more sarcastic. It was kind of layered. You know what I'm saying? That's another reason why I like it. You get that 90s nostalgia feel.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The clothes they wear, Maxine with them big ass shoulders on her dress. You know what I'm saying? The music, the vibe, the energy. I love that nostalgia feeling.
Nothing looked forced.
Overton, they have personality. It's not a stereotype. You know, so you know how they do us black folks on TV and wrestling. It's a stereotype. Cal and Overton, these niggas have personality.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
They was funny. They was emotional. They was confident. They was different. That was one of my first time seeing some shit like that in the show. That's why I love Living Single, man. The women, they funny, successful, they opinionated. You ain't see that shit on TV shows. But guess who copied the formula? Friends copied their formula. They ain't gonna tell you that, dude.
Yeah. They don't gotta tell us. We already know that.
Nah, for sure.
Already know that.
Living Single was one of those shows where the whole entire cast was the star. It wasn't one person that was the main star. You might have a favorite character, but all in all, though, the whole cast was the star. That was my first time seeing that shit in the show. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like I can relate to Living Single, man. It's young adults figuring out life, and you watch that shit with adult eyes. I'm on Living Single. God damn it. You know
I do feel like I gotta go back and watch it now.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. It's on Hulu. It's on Hulu.
Okay. All right.
I feel like I'm Cal Barker. Because I'm confident like that nigga. Like, I don't chase validation. I don't care about nobody's opinion. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Style matters. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to throw on a t-shirt or something for the show, but when I step outside, I step outside. You know what I'm saying? My birthday coming up Saturday, I'm going to step outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I stay sharp, and presentation means a lot to me. I'm in the crib, man. I'm bullshitting, but you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I take my presentation serious, bro, just like Cal do. I like joking and shit. I like debating and shit, as John and Wes know. When it comes to the women, I like flirting. You know what I'm saying? I'm a charming ass nigga. You feel me? I enjoy the energy of women, but I'm not pressed either. You feel me? Just like him. Just like Cal. Got a big ass ego, just like Cal. I got competitive energy. I got competitive energy, just like Cal. I gotta win. I got to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta win. You know, sometimes I might be emotionally guarded, you know what I'm saying? I don't really open up too easy. But when I do open up to somebody, it means a lot. Just like fucking Cal. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know, that's why I love Living Single, man. John, what you got?
Um, so my number 4 is My Wife and Kids. Love that show. I like
Ooh.
one thing I truly liked about that show is that it brought back, even though it was like early 2000s and stuff like that, right? It still brought back the feeling of like Family Matters or a little bit of Fresh Prince or Parenthood and all of those other ones that I grew up with. Because mind you, I'm older now with my wife and kids. I'm not fully grown, but I'm older, you know. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
this, and it's just cool how he just navigate everything. One of the best things I like Junior. That's like my favorite character. Yes,
Me
Junior is
too.
right. Yes, Junior is funny, but I really enjoyed the dynamic that he had with his father,
Yeah.
right? With Kyle,
Yeah.
right? Because Junior was, but he still his pops ain't never like really gave up on him. You feel me? And sometimes he faltered, but for the most part, Junior became a pretty alright kid because his pop was there and his pop was holding him down, but he was listening too. He
Yeah.
fucked up. He fucked up, but
Yeah.
he's still listening. You know, I like how they did the art of Junior getting the old girl pregnant and they got the baby and stuff now because all right, this is real life consequences. You feel me? And
Yeah.
shows, it shows that you don't have to just kick your daughter out if she get pregnant or you feel me, disown your son or whatever. If they you get what I'm saying? Like they told him, like, yo, y'all messed up now, but blah, 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 y'all gotta do this, y'all gotta do, but we gonna help you. You feel me? But
Yeah.
it just showed that and portrayed that when we already know in the hood, a lot of people had to pack up and leave if you feel me? You out there on their own. Like, let's be real. I done seen it you feel me? I done seen it before. So I like how they did that. It shows a different narrative. It shows the positive side of what could be if done right.
Yeah.
It shows that
Yeah.
yeah, kids messed up, but if they got a strong support system, it don't have to go down the wrong path. You feel me? So I like how they did that. I like his dynamic with his lady. Sarcasm, spoken and everything. They not never really button heads. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they disagree, it's in a joking matter, and they never really button heads. I always like that dynamic as well. My wife and kids is my shit, and then it's the Waynes.
Yeah.
Like it's the Waynes. You feel me? You got this black man successfully got his own trucking company, right? He got his own business, and he grooming his son to take over the business one day.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, hell yeah, I'm about to watch this shit. Like for real. And it never disappointed. It was a comedy, and I mean, it's the Waynes. Of course, I'm going to laugh. One of my favorite things, I used to love to watch this nigga face when Junior said some stupid shit.
Oh my God. Yeah.
The way he used to look at him, like I used to love that shit. You feel me?
Still
Like,
big.
so yeah,
Yeah.
tough love, sarcasm, wisdom, um, a nice portrayal of what does exist out here when it comes to us black people. You feel me? This is a
Yeah.
TV show, but this does exist. You feel me? Like that shit exists in the real life as well. That should be portrayed a lot. You know, that's what I got.
That's a good show.
Damon Wayne's a goat.
Of
He an
Yeah.
course,
all-star.
all star. Damon Wayne is an all star.
I would say
Definitely.
Tisha Campbell, also another All Star.
Tisha Campbell also an all star. Yep.
Yeah.
They,
Nah, she did good to like act with Damon and like not just crack up at all the time because the dude just so quick off the head. Like
yep.
it's like I'm sure they didn't plan for half the stuff that happened. You know what I'm saying? Because he's so quick off the head. Like
And that's true. A lot of his like the snappy comebacks is actually true. He ad libbed and improvised a lot of those. He really
yeah,
did.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right. I heard him say it
Man,
in an interview. He did a lot of improv on that joint, and he based that show loosely on how he parent his kids.
Yep.
I would love
You
to.
know what I'm
I
saying?
would love. I would love to be in. I would love to be in the production meeting, doing the sit down of making that show,
Hey
or
yo,
just yeah. I'm saying
his,
because I know it was some funny moments within that show.
his real life son is hilarious, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in the show a couple episodes. He was like Junior's bully.
Yeah, yeah, he was. Yeah, yo, that motherfucker's stupid, yo, for real. I liked him in the other guys. Like, for
Oh
real.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. To me, Michael Cal is a mixture of Cliff Huxtable from the Cosbys and Red Foreman from that '70s show.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I can take that
Oh,
comparison right there.
real quick, Red Foreman don't get brought up enough when it comes to TV dads.
Yeah.
No.
He
I don't
really
know
don't.
why.
He really don't, man. He need to be in a lot more of them conversations for real.
I don't know why, man.
You don't have bad things aren't happening to you because you have bad luck. Bad things are happening to you because you're a dumbass. Sometimes you need to hear that shit, yo, for real.
Yeah. Nah, that
You
was a
don't
good
get
one.
no realer. You don't get no realer than that.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Chris, what you working with, bro? Before?
So my number 4 is a show from the 90s. It started in 93, ended in 2000, and had a spinoff. But it's Boy Meets World.
Ooh, another classic.
Yeah, man. Like, I love TGIF when it was going on. So like couple of them shows gonna be on my list. But
Mm-hmm.
Boy Meets World was one of them because like it just I was young in school, so it kind of gave that dynamic of like what really go on in school and like the different characters you meet in school and how you got to navigate that and how you trying to get the girl of your dreams and like
Mm-hmm.
it was just like a reflection of just me being in school and like being able to relate to it, like you know what I'm saying, on a different in a different way from like a lot of other shows where they show more people in the home. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So like this one was like more of a dynamic of like what a kid going through, and what he thinking and the things he got to navigate through. So like I really thought that was a cool show. It was kind of like the Wonder Years, but the other side to me. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Like where you got the dude. It's kind of like, to me, that one like is kind of the groundwork for two shows that was really popular. Malcolm in the Middle and Everybody Hates Chris. Like, cause it gave the
Yeah.
framework of like the kid's point of view of what family life is like. You know what I'm saying? So, I really like that. I mean, the principal, he was crazy, always cracking on everybody. I had a principal like that, so I thought that was pretty cool. You know what I mean? The teachers, like, you got that one kind of like jockish teacher, like that dude that's kind of uh just kind of cracking on everybody. So it was so many elements of that show that really kind of impacted how I dealt with certain shit in school. You know what I'm saying? Because again, being a son, a kid, that has a mom, but she don't understand everything. Like this one is like, that show kind of gave a perspective of like, how to navigate that as a young dude. And it even had a spinoff, which is I thought was cool.
Yeah.
Later on, the Girl Meets
Oh,
World, where
yeah, yeah.
their daughter, so I thought that was pretty cool too. But
I
yeah,
like
that's my number 4.
I like to expand a little bit on Boy Meets World because I ain't gonna lie, that's definitely in my top 10. Like real talk.
Yeah, man too. Yeah, yeah.
Love so much, but I always like Boy Meets World. Like you said, TGIF lineup. As I got older, right? I really appreciated Boy Meets World. It's a lot of things that when when kids sit down back in the day when we watched TV, like we said, some single mothers, right? Some kids actually had both parents, but parents probably wasn't present or something like that. Whatever the case may be, is got foster care, adoption, and all of that stuff. So sometimes TV really do raise these kids, right? These kids really do learn stuff from these TV shows and characters that they invested in. And if I could say is one thing that I learned from Boy Meets World is friendship. Because Sean had a completely different life from Corey.
Right.
Yeah.
Corey ain't never treated Sean ain't never throw that shit in Sean's face, ain't never treated Sean different. None of that shit. Corey, in his parents' eyes, was the ideal kid, right? Bada, 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 bada. So remember that episode where Corey was the one that's like, yo, let's get drunk. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Sean took the heat. And what did he tell Corey? Hey, yo, look, everybody look to me to fuck up. But you keep the image. Don't squander it. You feel me? Don't, you feel me? Appreciate it. But I'll take the heat for you because they hold you up here. Be that. I take the hit. Come on, man. You can't. That's friendship right there.
Yeah.
Like one thing, if it's one thing I ever took from Boy Meets World, is that for real.
Ironically, I was like Corey, but in real life I had a homeboy named Corey that was like Sean.
That was like
So yeah, so we kind of had that dynamic. We've been in like some of the same classes since 4-year kindergarten. So like me and him, we do each other pretty much all our lives, and like he was more of the bad boy doing all kind of other shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'm the one, got to make the good grades, do all this, the not to stay out of trouble. He would definitely, like, if we together and this is a situation, he definitely gonna be the one to take the heat.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's dope. That is a good dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and fun fact, a lot of people might not know Corey, the actor, dude named Ben Savage. His brother was Fred Savage, the little boy on Wonder Years.
On the Wonder Years, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, my mama had told me that when I was younger, because she used to watch the Wonder Years, and I would be watching Boy Meets World. So it was kind of like I got to see. I thought it was the same person at once, but then she was the one that told me, "No, they brothers."
Yeah, they do look alike, though. Yeah, damn. We didn't do our honorable mentions, but yeah, Wonder Years will definitely get my honorable mention.
Definitely. Same here.
I'm gonna bring my number 4 to kind of a little bit up to date, a little bit. 2000, late 2000, like 2018, 2013, 2018, 2019, and I I ain't gonna. I got on the show kind of late. It's Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Okay.
And
I actually haven't seen that one.
Oh man,
for real.
It's about it's a cop show, and it stars this guy Jake Peralta. He's a hard ass. I'll say no. He funny. He can be serious, and then also too, like, all right, I'm gonna be serious a minute. Then at like the next second or the next minute too, all right, now I'm joking around with you. Now I'm joking, and then also too, with the ladies, I'm gonna flirt.
It's Terry Crews on that one, right?
Huh?
Terry Crews on that, right?
Yeah.
I haven't really watched it, but I'm familiar with it. I've seen like clips of it. They got the other. What is he? The chief? Black
Yeah,
dude?
I'll say he home, he gay, and the
Oh,
chief.
yeah, but yeah, all right. And then they got the what's the white boy name? Funny.
Oh my God, I can't think of the white boy name.
Andy Samberg.
Yeah, yeah. I ain't
Okay.
never really watched it like that. I seen clips of it, like little snippets.
Yeah, I'm looking now. I see it now. Yeah. I seen clips of this show. This joint ain't funny. I know exactly what you're talking about. But
Oh
I
man,
never watched the episode. I only seen
Yeah.
clips.
I'm telling you, bro. Trust me. If you sit down and watch it, you be like, oh man, this funny, and then you're like, and next thing you know, all right, one episode go by, another episode, another episode, another episode, another episode,
It's on Peacock.
and Hulu.
Peacock and Google.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that John won a Golden Globe though.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know what I'm saying? I just ain't never catch it though. I'm aware of it. You know what I'm saying? It's based in Brooklyn too, of course.
Yeah,
Hence the name. But yeah, I just ain't get around to it. I'm aware it exists. You know what I'm saying? I heard it was a good episode. I just ain't
Mm-hmm.
Brooklyn
get
popping
my
tonight. Good
opinion.
gracious.
You know, some
Get
Brooklyn in
my
there.
opinion yet, but I will once I start watching it. But until then, man, my number 3 favorite sitcom of all time, man. Started in '87, ended in '97, 11 seasons, 262 episodes. My number 3 favorite sitcom of all time is Married with Children, man.
Mm.
oh,
It's a good
You
one.
know what I'm saying?
That's a goat.
Everybody knows the iconic theme
That's a
song.
goat.
Love and married,
man,
love
no,
and married.
That's a
That
goat.
was a real song. That was a real song too. That was Frank Sinatra
Yeah, I was
for the
about to say that
people.
was Frank Sinatra, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My son Al,
Yeah.
yo, man, that's my
Mhm.
guy. Al Bundy is a man's man, yo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real, yo.
man. I like him in Little Giants, the
oh yeah,
Yeah.
movie.
me
Oh,
too,
that was
me
my
too. Yeah.
shit.
He pretty good in Modern
Um,
Family, yo.
Oh yeah, most
yeah,
definitely
Modern
is.
Family.
Yo.
Um,
Ed O'Neill
and
is an all-star, man. Feel me?
Peggy, she was on Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Katie Seagal.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
she
Christina
was she was
Applegate been in
Leela. She was
everything since
Leela on
then.
Futurama. With a,
Yeah.
she played the voice of Leela on Futurama.
That's Jimmer.
She was in Sons of Anarchy.
That's Jimmer. That's not
That's
she
them.
wasn't in
Oh, that's them right there
That's
all night long. That
right there, B. For real.
Yeah, Katie
Real.
Seagal. Is she an all-star?
Katie Seagal, an all-star in my book. For real.
yeah,
She an
Yeah.
all-star in my book. I've been watching Katie Seagal since I was, you feel me? A youngin'. Peggy, ow.
oh that's I'll say I hated that squeaky voice. I hated that squeaky voice for a minute. For a minute, I hated that squeaky voice, and then she kind of like grew on me a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what was so cool about Peggy? I mean, I was throwing rockets and missiles. Peggy swinging them shits right back at him, yo. Easy. Easy.
So, like in a subtle way too.
In a subtle way, for real.
Just stab him real quick. Stab his whole ego.
For real, like, damn, I'm talking about the Good Brothers pick. Go ahead, man.
You good? I like Married with Children, man, because it tells the ugly truth. It ain't no fake happiness. It ain't nothing perfect. Family ain't perfect. Marriage can be messy sometimes. Work sucks. That was my first time seeing some shit like that on Married with Children. I'm like, damn, that's how life is. What the fuck?
Right.
Grew up to live it like damn. I'm out. You know, Married with Children was different than me. That's why I fuck with it. It was the opposite of one of those wholesome sitcoms. It
Yeah,
was
definitely.
totally opposite.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Out is what people wanted to be, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean, fatigued, they could be fatigued, burnt out, stressed, underappreciated. I feel like a lot of niggas can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Married with Children, I like the humor. It's more like savage humor, more dark humor. You know what I'm saying? Especially them jokes that I used to tell against Steve. I used to tell Steve ass up. Was
You know, he used to go crazy on Darcy.
Man,
yeah.
he said that's what the man with them haymakers.
Marcy.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, I
But
remember.
all the characters got their flaws on there. I mean, Married with Children, their marriage is not romantic at all. That was my first time seeing something like that. Like, man, they don't love each other, but it was more about survival and loyalty.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, they gonna always come together. But they won't, you know what I'm saying? They want no kissy, huggy type couple. Married with Children was different. It was more like straight to the jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it out of the way. It's out
Yeah.
of 11 seasons, you can watch any episode and just straight laugh, bro, no matter what. That's what Married with Children do for me. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes life suck, life be life, and sometimes, but shit, Married with Children told me you can laugh, and laughing helps.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you watch that shit with adult eyes, you know Al is the representation of a fed up American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Who can't relate to that? You feel me? Like I feel like I'm Al for real, because I'm honest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna sugarcoat it. I'm gonna tell you like it is. I don't have no fake happiness. You know what I'm saying? I value my dignity like Al. Like I hate asking for help. You know what I'm saying? Probably because of my pride. And that's fucking Al Bundy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I often feel underappreciated, and that's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like when I try and my effort, it's like it never gets acknowledged, and that's cool. That's part of being a man. You know what I'm saying? But that's what I see in the house. That's why I'm fucking Al Bundy. You know what I mean? Like I might use sarcasm as a coping mechanism. You know, just like Al. I respect loyalty. Just like Al. Um, I don't choose validation, just like Al. I can see through the bullshit,
Just like Al.
just
Yeah,
like
I'm
Al.
saying, yeah.
Hell yeah. For
You know what I'm
real.
saying? What you got, Don? And oh yeah, another thing, Married with Children, real talk. That was the episode that put Fox on the map. That made the channel Fox a major player because back in the days, Fox wasn't no major player. Married with Children ratings were so good. It put Fox on the map on what we know today. Y'all know the NFL come on Fox. The reason why the NFL came on Fox is because Married with Children. Because Fox started to come up. NFL said, shit, we're going to go over there too.
I mean,
And
shit.
that's all Al
So
wanted to do was drink a
people in
beer
the
and watch a
audience,
game.
You feel me? Polk
That's
County.
it.
people in the audience, thank Married with Children for getting NFL on Fox.
That's dope, though.
For real.
Cause at first it was on. Cause I was saying, cause at first the NFL was on NBC and
CBS.
yeah,
ESPN, ESPN, NBC,
right, yeah,
ABC.
yeah,
But NFL when the Fox in like '93, Married with Children was already on the channel for 6 seasons by the time the NFL moved to Fox.
Dang, that's dope.
Yeah, before I get into
Somebody had to be the trailblazer. Somebody had to do it.
why not Al Bundy?
Thank you, man. Thank you, Al.
thank you, Al.
Before I get into my number 3, I do want to say that Married with Children is goated in my book. It's one of the greatest television shows ever, for real. It really is. Love that show. Well, my number 3 is Big Bang Theory.
Ooh,
And I got put on to this show late, like for real. My sister put me on to it, and I'm a nerd. Like you feel me? Like y'all already know. We be on here, comic books, superheroes, all of that. Fantasy, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones. We talk all of that stuff, like for real. And I got this whole cast of guys that's into that. And it's literally in the dialogue throughout the whole show. Like I get the jokes. You feel me? Like I understood that reference. You get what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
I get every punchline, every joke, every shade thrown. I get it all because this is what I do as well. I know the lore. I know the facts. I know and it's cool. And to see them navigate all of that, and especially watching them get into these relationships where they still gotta navigate this shit, and to watch these guys grow their confidence throughout all of the seasons. You feel me? Because like in the beginning of the season, like we got this little group. You feel me? And these are the cool people over there at work, and they shy in front of girls, and so I like whole growth. You feel me? At the end, they got babies, they married. You feel me? Like that's what's up. I watched that shit straight through. And then my boy Sheldon, like, I mean, that's my guy. You feel me? Like that's my favorite character, yo. Like, I'm not like Sheldon at all. He a little quirky or whatever, but I get it though. Like when he comes to me, like I get it. Like for real, I get it. Like, all right, let's get straight to the solution type shit. You know? Or like I don't get me wrong, it's not like I'm not emotionalist. You feel me? But at the same time, I'm kind of like Sheldon in the way where it's like I don't understand why you think like that or feel that way. And I don't know. I get it when it comes to Sheldon. And then watching his whole growth, his own personal shit. Because this is a dude that got severe OCD, right? He don't even understand human emotions at all. By the end of the show, he married and got a child. Or got a child on the way or some shit like that. And watching that show in the beginning, you would never think it's that. Like, for real. Definitely love
I remember when he first smashed.
Yeah.
The first time.
I remember they had a whole discussion like, we don't think he has like a preference. Like, we just think he's like asexual or some shit like that. Like, so to watch all of that and him navigating and learning about this stuff, and actually becoming a better friend. Because even though it was funny for me to watch it on a TV show, he was really an asshole towards a lot of his main supporters, his only supporters, right? People that really put up with him because they valued the friendship and they understood him. But in his character growth, it showed you know, he started to realize that, and he started to appreciate it, and he started to show it. That's I love character arcs. I love character growth. You feel me? So that's definitely one of the reasons why Big Bang is like my top three, man. You know, Jim Parsons got 4 Emmys for that role. Like real talk, and everybody brought something to the table. The cast is too big, but everybody brought something to the table. I love Penny's dynamic with Sheldon. You know,
I ain't like Penny.
you ain't
That's
like
because she was a good actor. I mean, not like that though. She was a B word, man.
Penny? Nah, no, nah, bro.
In the beginning,
Nah, Penny was real with them from the jump.
I'll say right. I'll say
Penny
finish on
was
with them
real with
right on the
them from the jump.
real.
Like
It's
real
just
talk.
it just said Sheldon was a dick to her. That's all.
Show the
nah, because in the beginning, man, she ain't not to get Lennon no place. She came around, but she was mean as fuck to Lennon in the
nah,
beginning, bro.
nah, she wasn't mean. She told the nigga, nah, look, man. She told the nigga, you feel me? Leonard kept, but what you are right though, when Leonard started smashing Rod's sister, that's when you feel me? Now you want to look at Leonard, so I understand that. But in the beginning, she always kept it real with him, like, nah, we just friends. Like, she ain't never really lead him on in the beginning. Another chick had to give, you feel me? Had to show Leonard some for her to be like, oh,
You know how the game go.
I was
yeah.
about to say that's how it go, man. That's how it go.
For real, but I like, I
Yeah.
like all of that Wolowitz. That you feel me?
That's my nigga right there.
I'll say all
That's
right.
my nigga.
I'll say that's my guy right there.
Like
And
yeah.
Raj.
And then it was many guest appearances on there too.
Oh
Like
yeah.
Leonard Nimoy, um,
Yeah.
y'all already know Captain Kirk dude, Will,
Katie Seagal had a character on there.
huh?
Katie Seagal had a character on there.
Yep. Yep.
He said Jim Parsons won 4 Emmys. Yeah, the show itself won 10 Emmys. So,
I'll say one Chung on there too.
Who?
I'll say
uh,
one Teacher Chung. I'll say he was always in the what's the name? He was always in the comic book show.
It probably was. Because they had a lot of guest stars on there, like for real, throughout the seasons. I mean, they comic book nerds. You feel me? James
Yeah.
James Earl Jones was on there. Darth Vader. You feel me? Like, yeah,
yeah, out of 12 seasons, yeah, they had a lot of different persons on the Jim.
yeah.
I actually got a
Yeah,
brother-in-law that's
man.
kind of like Sheldon. He but they call that a syndrome. They call that Asperger syndrome, and like a lot of intelligent people, like throughout history, like Albert Einstein had that syndrome, and it's basically like you don't process emotions as much as you do intellect.
Yeah.
And so like you'll say a lot of stuff just being like straight, you ain't trying to hurt nobody's feelings. That's
Yeah.
just how you process. But my brother-in-law was like that. So him and my sister was like two different people, together. And then their daughter, my niece, she like that. Like now she got friends now. It's like kind of like watching the show. Like she just
Yeah.
was straightforward, just didn't no kind of filter, no filter at all, like whatsoever.
Yeah.
And it's just like they just say it's like a genetic syndrome or whatever that can be passed down. But they usually always super intelligent, and like she like that, doing real good in school and everything. But it's just kind of it's cool to see now she getting friends and stuff, and like cultivating friendships where most of those people with that syndrome normally don't. But
Yeah.
with the right people around you, like your circumstances
Well,
change.
understanding you. Yeah. Yep. 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 You know they got a spinoff too, Young Sheldon, which is actually pretty good. It's
My
pretty good.
Yeah.
kids watch that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Then that spinoff got a spinoff.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Georgie and because his older brother ended up having a baby or something. I forget her name, but it's Georgie and such first marriage. But yeah, that's the spinoff of Young Sheldon.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Now they got a whole fucking universe. God
Yeah, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and go into my number three. Very
damn.
popular show. Surprisingly only had 5 seasons, but it seemed like that show went on forever. I'm gonna take it back to the 90s. Came out in 1992, and that's one of what I consider one of the funniest shows of all time, probably besides Sanford and Son, is Martin. Martin's my number three. Um, Definitely just just a super funny show. Um, I feel like it ain't any episode that you can look at Martin and not laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just like my wife and kids, it was so much improv. And recently, like Ari Lennox, J. Cole artist Ari Lennox got in trouble for saying like how the show was colorist, how they
Yeah,
pitted light skin against black skin, dark skin with Gina and Pam or whatever. But in reality, Pam was the only one on set that could actually improv toe to toe with Martin, and so that's why he made it a thing. Like it wasn't meant to be like that from the beginning of the show start, and like from
yeah,
as time went on, because Martin and Pam could keep going back and forth with jokes. Like he made sure she shined as a comedian because that's what she wanted to be. She wanted to be seen as a true comedian. She didn't want to just be seen as this nice thick chocolate that she was. She wanted to be seen, for her talent, for her acting abilities and her comedic genius. And so, I think a lot of times people did look at the light and dark factor because Gina was Martin's interest, but they all was friends in real life, so just the show just made sense, and I think it the cast was perfect. You got Cole being that dumb friend that always say dumb stuff, still living with his mama. You know what I mean? You got Tommy being that
yeah,
mysterious friends. They always got something fresh
yeah,
on. They always got some kind of jewelry, but you don't know how they get it, and they ain't really saying how they get it. You got Pam, who always got a different man, and she's kind of want to find love, but not really because she enjoy what she doing, and she get a lot of benefit from that. But she never carried herself as a hoe. You know what I'm saying? Like you wouldn't disrespect Pam by calling her that. You know what I'm saying? Because she still had her stuff together, whether she was doing what she was doing in the beginning or when she started working with Gina. She climbed up the corporate ladder. Like a
mhm,
lot of people don't look at that part. Gina kind of she came from a family that had it like that. So she was that person that was a little bit more prissy and preppy because she came from that environment, but that's what daddy pushed her to be too. And so like she always kept searching for her or kept going back to her roots. You know what I'm saying? Like even though she ain't live in the hood, she stayed in the hood with Martin. You know what I'm saying? Rent was cheap or whatever. And like, like you be saying, Jamal, like, this was a show that I can look back as an adult and just like me looking at me and my wife and how we sometimes just crack on each other or whatever, like it really shows like what it's like being an adult for the first time, you know what I'm saying, and establishing yourself. Martin trying to establish himself at the radio station. He was like a small time DJ, became a big time DJ, then became a TV host. You know what I'm saying? Went from small time TV host to a bigger show. Like, it was showing progress in a young adult black person's life. You know what I'm saying? And like me, I was younger then, so I did, I ain't look at them like young adults, but like now being older, like I'm seeing exactly what they was going through, what was happening. But you know, this also early 90s going, well, mid 90s, you know, 92 going into like 96 when you got, you know, like crime rising. This is like the backlash of the crack era.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Good Times meets My Wife and Kids or The Huxtables or whatever. Like it's like they was in the hood of Chicago, right?
Yeah.
Chicago, yeah.
It was
So they was in the hood, but at the end of the day, like they helped themselves, you know, they always got together and did shit together. Like they ain't never let a person go down, like, you know what I mean? Which is what I liked about Married with Children, going back to that. Like the family did crack on each other, but they ain't really let nobody outside
oh,
mess with them.
no,
You know what I'm
no.
saying? And that was like, you know,
Yeah.
that was another dynamic that was kind of in Martin too. Like we crack on each other, but we ain't finna let nothing happen outside, you know, of us. And then just like
Like that
Martin,
episode
he had
where they
so
all
many,
shared the car.
Yeah.
huh?
Just like that episode where they all shared the car.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's rock.
Right, man. And then just to have Martin be so many characters, like, you know what I mean?
Hustle man.
Roscoe, Hustle
Yeah.
Man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, it's just all these characters that Martin played, you know what I mean? Him being on his knees to be that little kid, you know, you
Yo, I want to say something, right? And viewers, y'all probably going, I don't really care. I know, you know, the putting the men in the dress shit, Tyler Perry and all of that. I get it. I do understand that shit. But Shanae was funny as fuck, yo.
Yeah.
yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, man. That shit was fucking funny. Like Shanae was funny as hell, man. Like we can't front on that, man.
I mean, it's a time where nobody,
And
as
P
a woman,
Lolo.
wanted to mess up their image. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the girls from Living Single all being successful women. So, like, he took the risk and gave you that hood chick, and it brought, you know, the reality to it. You know what I mean? The hood chick that do hell. You know what I mean? That's real. But you know, he did it instead of the women
Hey,
having to do it.
Gina and Pam used to be fighting for their life every time they had a scene with Shanae. For real. Like for real.
Yeah.
You laugh thinking about the show. You know, that's the
Yeah.
impact they had on comedy. You know, we talked about a lot of serious, you know, factors that these sitcoms gave, you know, in life. But that show just like it was like you can laugh about anything. You know what I mean, and just make a serious situation funny.
But you know what though? I gotta say though, like when I go back now, I gotta watch Martin in clips. Cause I can't watching the Martin show now to me, it don't really make me laugh like that no more.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, man, I gotta like go to YouTube Martin's funniest moments or something like that.
Yeah. You the only nigga I know that ever said that, bro.
yeah, for real.
I'm gonna be real.
I mean, I think like times had changed so much to where like we so much serious. You know, we more serious about different stuff, and like, you know, he was just like just a character that let loose. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So I think that's why I find it so funny. It's just like, man, it's like having your cousin that just act dumb all the time. Like it's just it's funny to look at. You know.
Yeah.
I'll say about Martin. What's funny is that this is my top. This is my pick too. So I kind of just gonna So my episode is when Martin had lost his city player
Mm.
and he reenact the whole New Jack City scene. And and Cole jumped in like real quick. And so he had the little toy cane and like sit your fat out ass down while I make changes. and 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 so Cole was kind of like dumbfounded that what he had said. Oh, like he said, sit your fat. Anybody get changed for fat? Anybody get changed for fat? Anybody get changed for fat?
Nah, that
My,
shit was super funny.
I fuck with my he helped Cole like a lot of the show too, and a lot of the characters, which all the characters Martin came up with.
Yeah.
So niggas don't really talk about Martin when it comes to creativity, and as far as if you ever do a top 5 comedians, Martin know my shit.
Martin definitely
Top
got
5 comedians.
Oh yeah, most definitely he up there.
Martin, the all-star,
I
yo.
like Jerome. Jerome was my favorite character. Get Jerome in the house. Better watch him out.
Ooh, man. Yeah,
Is that you, player from the Himalaya? Is that you?
I like Dragonfly.
You know what? I'm gonna call you drunk in the trunk.
Dragonfly.
Yeah, I like Dragonfly Jones. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Oh, I like him always fighting that lady, that older lady with the short haircut.
I talking Miss Jenkins.
Yeah. Yeah, that job be so funny, yo. They laid out in the bus station.
Goddamn Mama Payne with the mustache. Come on, man.
Bruh man from the fifth floor.
Man.
Uncle man. Yeah, those dudes was funny too.
Nah, man, bro, man was doing too fucking much. Nah, nigga. Got way too much access to my shit, nigga. Nah, fuck out of here.
He did the most.
Sandwiches.
What you doing, bro, man? Nah, just chill. Went in the fridge, got me a sandwich.
What?
I remember the Thanksgiving episode. He came in there, brother. What you doing? Nothing. You got a couple sandwiches for your mama. What you mean, my mama? She upstairs in my apartment.
Violated. For real. That nigga got away with too much
shit. What my mom doing in your
man, and he did though. For real, he did.
That nigga got away with too much shit, yo.
Yeah, man.
For real. What you got, Jamal?
It's on me.
Oh shit, my bad.
I'm gonna take it back. I'm gonna go back to the late 80s and ended like in 1993. A Different World. A spinoff. It's a spinoff from the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
okay.
It's I'll say it's based like in a college
HBCU.
in Virginia.
Of course.
Fun fact, that's where my wife got her name from. Her name Jaleesa, and she got a name from Jaleesa from A Different World. Her brother helped pick out her name.
Oh, word. Okay.
Oh shit, that's pretty cool, bro.
That was a good show.
Yeah.
That's
A Different World. That to me, I think that was one of the first mainstream shows to focus on the HBCU.
Yeah.
And think of all of the stuff that came from that, like all of the, things that was talked about these episodes and these, stuff that you go through in college or even just growing up and stuff like that. Like they put a lot of stuff in there for real, from a Black perspective.
Yeah.
I'll say, and also in that show you had a lot of like a lot of good guest appearances in there. You had Sinbad in there.
Yeah.
Tupac was in there.
Yeah.
Jada Pinkett.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Young Jada Pinkett.
What's the dude that played Mayor Royce in The Wire? He was on A Different World.
Oh my God, I need talking about.
He's like
Oh
the
my,
or something like that. The
the
military.
Colonel. Oh my God, I forgot it. It's Colonel Sung. I know it. It's Colonel Sung. I forgot his name though.
And then,
Somebody in the comments to tell us.
huh?
So somebody in the comments to tell us.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, for real.
That was a good show.
Yeah, Dwayne Wayne, the nigga who played him, Kadeem Hardison, man. I went my whole fucking life when people was telling me I looked like that nigga, bro.
You kind of do though.
Now that you say it, for real.
Man, I don't even see it, bro.
Yo, he made them flip up glasses pop.
Man,
Yo.
hey, a fun fact. Fun fact. I had them
I
glasses. I had
wanted,
them
I wanted
glasses.
some. I wanted some
I
so
had
bad.
them.
I had to get them. I
Damn,
got them one time. I had some like that too. I think I still got a pair that flip up like that in my room. I had them for a music video.
damn, I
I'll
wanted
say
some
I
so
like them
bad,
glasses
bro.
because I saw Dwayne Wade with them. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fuck it.
But yeah, that nigga cool, but I don't look like that nigga.
Did the
Yeah, I
movie
said,
School Days come after that, or that didn't that spawn after that?
Yeah. Yes, it did.
yeah,
Yeah.
Okay,
yep.
yeah, I thought so.
That John goated, man. Shit, I'm gonna take it a little further back, man. My number 2 favorite sitcom of all time, man. It was short, 6 seasons, 135 episodes. Started in 1972, ended in 77. Sanford and Son, man.
Ooh, Mom and Red Fox.
You know what I'm saying?
Great
With
show.
their iconic theme song. Dun, 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 dun. I don't know if people know Quincy Jones produced that, so I don't know if people know that.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Sanford and Son, man. You know, even watching it as a kid, then watching it back as an adult, it's unfiltered comedy.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with it. Shit, Fred gonna say how he feel, and he don't even give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with it. That father and son tension, you know,
Yeah.
between Fred and Lamont, it felt real to me.
yeah,
You
definitely.
know what I'm saying? The insults, the roasting, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's all love. You know, Esther and Fred go at it. That's their way of affection. And I
Yeah.
can relate to that. That's why I fuck with Sanford and Son. Them classic one-liners. You a big dummy.
You fish had a fool.
You old fish-eyed fool. You know what I'm saying? Some classic one-liners, man. You know, that's why I fuck with Sanford. Elizabeth, I'm coming.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
Elizabeth, I'm coming in the big one. Oh man.
saying? For real, man. Like, you know, I can respect the struggle because, you know, it's about survival. I can respect that because fans of the show and people who know about it, you know, I mean, it don't exist today, but the junk business, they're in the fucking junkyard. So they got to sell some junk to fucking live. That's how they get their money. You know what I'm saying? So I can respect the struggle, man. Like, I don't know if people in the audience know how junkyards work. You know, I ain't gonna explain it now. Just Google it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Niggas find shit, buy shit, trade shit, and you throw it in your fucking yard, and niggas come by and just buy it. like a fucking yard sale, garage sale.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
that was their way of getting by. You know, like Fred and Lamont. You know, they want their dignity. You know, even though they broke. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that. You know what I'm saying? And even though the show was in the 70s, if you watch it with a adult eye, it is generational conflicts in the show. We did a show similar on that, you know, the Gen Z next. You know, back then it was like old school versus modern. You know, Lamont was used to the way how things was during that time in the 70s, but Fred was used to how shit was like in the 40s, 50s type shit. You know what I mean? So it was kind of a generational balance in the show too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, even though the shit there, but you know, it's another reason why I fuck with it. They might not be wealthy, but shit, Fred Sanford got that goddamn wit though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm Fred Sanford. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if y'all notice all my TV shows, I feel like I'm a character.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm Fred Sanford because I speak my mind. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I might not have no filter. And that hurt people's feelings, so I gotta think about that. But, you know, I don't give a fuck. I speak my mind kind of like Charlie. I use my humor as a defense, you know, my sarcasticness. You know what I'm saying? I hate being disrespected. I'm goddamn Fred Sanford. I'm stubborn. I'm stuck in my ways. You know what I'm saying? John, you can relate to that, Wes. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking Fred. I'm fucking Fred Sanford. I mask my stress with jokes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I might be going through something, you know what I'm saying? Whatever the case is, or something ain't going my way, what Fred do? Liz, big one, come on. You know what I'm saying? I might be going through whatever, I just mask that shit with jokes, man. Make a motherfucker laugh right quick. I'm Fred Sanford. I value independence. I don't gotta rely on nobody. I'm gonna go get it and make it happen. Just like Fred and Lamont every episode.
Yeah.
I'm fucking Fred Sanford. I'm so love, but sometimes I might show love indirectly. It's like Fred Sanford. Like I might insult you, but that's my way of showing love. You know what I'm saying? It's all love though. But yeah, man, that's why Sanford is my number 2 favorite sitcom of all time, and also along with Mark Lawrence, Fred Sanford is on my top 5 comedians of all time.
Most definitely. Same here.
Oh man, with that without a shadow of a doubt, I'm gonna say Red Fox definitely up there in my top 5 comedians, talk shows. I mean, TV sitcoms. Emo definitely in my top 5 as well too.
Red Fox All Star, man. R.I.P.
Man,
Yeah,
I
I
think.
think Red Fox. He don't have too many. He don't have too many specials that you can visually see. Probably like 5, but he got a couple audio specials you can listen to, and it's all on YouTube. And my favorite Fred Sanford special is "Need to Wash Your Ass." So I'm gonna just leave it at that. Y'all go check it out for yourself.
I'm gonna have to check that one out. Him and Pryor used to go toe to toe, so that was like the early Drake and Kendrick Lamar beef. Like I mean, you know, they was kind of cool, but you know, at the same time, like it was just like this professional back and forth, and you know, you could put Red Fox on TV. Richard Pryor, it wasn't easy to put him on TV. So you know, I think he took the best out of that and made a great show with it.
My number 2, Jamie Foxx show.
Another
Like,
funny one.
yeah, man. Like, come on, man. When it comes to like pure comedy, Jamie was that dude, man. That show was just like A1. Especially that Jamie and Braxton dynamic, Jamie and Francie, you know, then he got his aunt, his uncles. Um, and then, you know, like I'm watching the show and I'm like, damn, this nigga can sing, yo.
Right.
You know, like I ain't never I, I knew Jamie Foxx from, you know, Def Comedy Jam and all of that stuff. Like I never knew. And this nigga can sing. So he on the damn show and I'm like, oh shit, like okay, you know. And then yeah, I was never like I don't really care about like romantic relationships on TV shows and shit like that. But I ain't gonna lie, yo, when Jamie finally got fancy, I was like, it's about fucking time, nigga. You feel me?
Yeah,
I was proud of this
yeah,
nigga. I ain't even gonna lie. Like I was kind of invested in that. I like that dynamic and stuff like that, you know. For real, like it really put you on too. Like it really put Jamie on. Like we was really able to see the talent that Jamie had. I think it was a lot of improvisation in there too. But Jamie also had like great characters to bounce off. Like, come on, my son Braxton P. Hartnebridge.
Oh man.
Come on, B, you feel me?
yeah,
That was my dude. Like Braxton was cool in his own way, for real. You know, like he really was. But he was also the target, you know?
Yeah.
So Jamie was able to but every once in a while, every now and again, Braxton would hit him with one. You feel me? Have it like, oh, got him. So yeah, I was really digging that. It showed a lot of stuff. You know, somebody trying to make it with their own talent, right? I'm sure you can relate, Cristal, and you too, Jamal, because you do music as well, did music as well. You feel me? Like somebody trying to, you know, get their talent seen, get seen by the right person, get their music out there. They start from the ground up. He don't move, you feel me? But what I can relate to is he had an outlet, right? He moved with his aunt and uncle. When I moved to South Carolina, I had an outlet. I had my peoples down here. You feel me? So I could definitely relate to that. Moving and trying something new. And then you could just see him. He started with the jingles and all of that. I remember when he went away, Casey and JoJo and all of that stuff. You know, one that stand out to me was when they was stuck in the freezer.
Oh my God, yeah.
yeah.
When they were stuck in the freezer, when the girl was giving birth, was at the baby shower or something like that.
Yeah.
On birth, like it's a lot of good ones when West Side Connection came through.
Yeah.
It was funny as hell, like that's just my shit, man. Jamie Foxx, man. Jamie Foxx show. And it was in that block, that sister, the Wayans brothers. And then I think like Jamie Foxx had came in around there, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Eric Morris, OG, you feel me? All Star, his uncle.
Yeah, Jamie. I think Jamie Foxx was the first one. That was the first episode on the WB that they kicked it off for the sisters and all them and shit. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Foxx will keep that shit up. Like you said earlier, bro. That show put that nigga career on the map. After that show, then you start seeing this nigga in movies. Then niggas found out he can sing. Like, you can sing too? Oh shit, okay.
I'm saying, but I think Jamie Foxx can sing from In Living Color.
Oh,
That's
he
what,
sung in that?
huh?
He sung in Living Color?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
saying
okay.
he did like the Christmas episode. I'm saying he sung like on the Christmas episodes. What else? Oh my god! I think that was it. That's all he
And
sung on was that. I think
what was that
he did like a
what was
couple of
that
skits
character
though,
he played
like
that
where he
girl?
sung a little bit. Yeah.
He played that girl where his
Oh,
lips are poked out. That was a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
crosses
Oh
eyes.
yeah, Wanda.
Yeah, yeah.
Arrested Ghost.
Oh,
Yeah.
y'all, cause
That was before shit ain't there. You know what I'm saying?
I was before she named that.
real quick, we did. You know, I talked about my wife and kids, but Damon Wayans, right? In Living Color, you feel me? Like, look how many careers launched.
Yeah. That's how in Living Color.
Jim,
Yeah.
right? The Wayans brothers, Jim Carrey, Jennifer Lopez. You
Yeah.
know,
Rosie Perez.
yeah, Rosie, Tommy
You
Davidson.
know?
Yeah.
Really, like, come
David
on,
Allen Greer.
David
Yeah. I'm
Allen.
saying David Allen Grill. Yeah.
Like, come on, like, my bad, for real.
Yeah.
I just jump over that. Like, that's a black OG all star for real, yo.
Yeah.
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 Kim Coles. I was thinking about Kim Coles.
You feel me? That's the definition. Put everybody on, for real.
Yeah.
Nah, Keenan Ivory, he made a lot of careers. Like he don't really get enough flowers for that,
Yup.
but he made a lot
Nah.
of careers with that.
A lot of careers.
I'm saying look what he did with Sean and
Yeah.
Marlon.
Yeah.
Hey, yo, look, Sean. Sean is a Wayne, so I give him respect, but that nigga ain't never really make me laugh like that.
Yeah. To
Yeah.
the Far Side, he even put them on in a way because in one of Jim Carrey's skits, they were some backup dancers.
Oh, what?
I ain't know
Yeah.
that.
Hey, yo, hey, did y'all?
It was the same with Jim Carrey he was spoofing Vanilla Ice.
Yo, that shit is
Like
so
baby.
funny,
And the
yo.
four niggas that was dancing in the background was the Far Side. And
I
niggas
did
like,
not
oh,
know
who you
that.
niggas? Who y'all niggas? Y'all niggas was funky back there. Y'all niggas rap too? Oh, okay. That helped them get on.
That's dope.
But
That's
yeah,
dope.
Jamie Foxx, you feel me? Like that's my number two for real. Like, and another thing, it really goes back to I hold a lot of these shows. Like, I really used to watch with my brothers and sisters, like for real. So they gonna always be right here. Like I can go get on the phone or send something that got to do with the J. You feel me? And they gonna automatically get it type shit. Start laughing, probably say something, because we watched this together. We laughed in the moment at this the first time we saw it. You know,
Oh yeah. 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 Yeah.
a lot of that on Jamie Foxx. Like for real, love that show. That's my number two, yo.
I want to
Yeah.
piggyback off of it a little bit. Like something I did as a singer. That show taught me like there was more jobs than just in music than just being the star singer. Like, I ain't realized like doing commercial jingles was a legit job until that show. And
Yo,
like in today's terms of like how I do music, it's stuff like that I get more business with than as to become perform somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like it's those types of jobs that like really sustain you as a musician. You know what I mean? But it just seems like so insignificant. Oh, you making jingles, but like if you make the right jingle, you continue to get paid as long as that commercial played. You know what I mean? So, it's still a residual check like being an artist. You know what I mean? But like for those who don't make it to be the Michael Jacksons, the front runners, it's something like that helps sustain your life. And I learned that through that show and applied it to my life later on. So,
you
that's what the Jamie Foxx show done for me.
Yeah. That's a good point, Chris. Because after the Jamie Foxx show with Two and a Half Men, that was on my list. And fans who know about that show, the life that Charlie lived, he lived off writing jingles.
Yeah.
That is right. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Mother got a beach house in Malibu. From writing jingles, something that's 15 fucking seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really said. I guess I'll go ahead and
Yeah.
go into my number two.
Yeah.
My number two is a show that was on for 9 seasons. Came out in 1989. I was born in '87, so like by the time I was able to think, this show, came out. Um, and that's Family Matters. Um, just going back to, again, my life of, being raised by a single mom, not having that father influence in the house. Carl Winslow really like just gave me a lot of life lessons, because he had to either instill it in Urkel, Laura, or Eddie. You know what I mean? And I ain't have no, I had a sister growing up, but she's 11 years older than me. So like, you know, um, for me, I was still, and she has a different mother, so like we wasn't in the same household, none of that. So like I'm raised as an only child, you know what I mean? So like it was, I always wanted a brother and sister, but then just seeing the dynamic of how things go with brothers and sisters, I kind of like slowly changed my mind. But this show just kind of like gave me that experience still, even though I didn't have that, you know what I mean? And just seeing how Urkel and Laura, even though he was in love with Laura, like seeing how like they still kind of like in other environments looked out for each other. You know what I mean? So, it did get on my nerves that Laura didn't give my man no play until he was Urkel. I thought that made her a user. I mean, until he was Urkel, Stefan, right? Yeah,
Yeah, Stephon, yeah.
I thought that, I thought I was real suspect of her to just like, to really just be materialistic like that. You know what I mean? Just look at this man when he got this, instead of, he had a lot to offer as the nerd. Like, I knew back then, like, all right, this dude probably gonna be
Yeah.
rich when he get older, because he making all these little
Yeah,
contraptions,
yeah. All
and
these
it
little
take
super
money to make that stuff.
get and gadgets and shit.
Yeah, so I didn't think it was cool that she didn't get my man no play until he was Stephon, but it still was a fun show.
On
Um,
Urkel.
yeah, it was, and then you got the girl that what's her name? Was it Elmira? Myra?
You
Myra.
talking
Yeah,
Myra,
yeah.
Myra, yeah.
She loved her some. She knew what it was. She already knew what time it was. Like now, looking back at it, like she knew what time it was. This man gonna be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
scientist or something, and he gonna have bread. So she saw it. She was a little bit of gold digger, but she saw that shit early, and she loved her man for that. So it just was so many dynamics on this show. I mean, so many lessons, so many life lessons, so many family lessons.
Yeah.
They was a real black family. Like it wasn't like a sugar coated black family. It was a little different seeing a father be a cop. That was just, it was different, but you understood like his position as a cop back then, a black cop that had to deal with racist people that worked with him, you know what I'm saying? But he still was driven by being somebody that helped the whole community, because he knew everybody in the community, you know what I'm saying? So, his outlook on community is what I took most from that, you know what I'm saying? And applied that to myself later on, as a man, just, being available for the people around me, looking out for the people that can't look out for themselves. Like, I'm just that dude with that. You know what I mean? Like I ain't the type of dude that, like, if you my people and somebody doing you wrong, I'm gonna sit there and watch. I'm the type of dude that'll, as long as it ain't nothing crazy and there ain't no situation you brought upon yourself, like, I'm gonna stand up with you. You know what I mean? Or help you like think logically through a situation before acting on it. So um,
Yeah.
and TGIF, like it was around that time you had that Boy Meets World, America's Funny Home Videos come on after all that, you know what I mean? So like, it was that it was that time of the 90s where, like, life was kind of great. Like everybody was like looking for, something to do. You could go on vacations a lot back then because it wasn't $100 a ticket or entry fee like it is now to go to places like Disney World or stuff like that. Like, it was a good time back then. You had like movies like National Lampoons where you see families go on vacation, and so the late '80s, early '90s just was like a breakthrough time, and again, like it's a lot of bad stuff going on then, but this was kind of like that family show, that black family show that came, a little bit before Fresh Prince, but after the Cosbys. You know what I'm saying? So like it was that in between time, and they was the representation of that family in a way. You know what I mean? Because of course, everybody had that golden situation to have everybody in there, but you had that community around you back then, like whether they was in the same house or not. You got the auntie like Rachel, you got the grandma, what I mean, might be staying in the house with y'all, you know what I mean? So like, it just had so many different dynamics. And then for me, I was a young nerd, you know what I'm saying? I had to make good grades. I felt like I was forced to. But just kind of like Urkel being like naturally himself as a nerd, like that allowed me to be comfortable as myself. I'm a bit well rounded, but back then I wasn't. You know what I'm saying? Like now I'm street and books, but back then I was just books. And so this show, just kind of gave me a dynamic of how to be, because I had a lot of white friends around me and stuff like that, and their family dynamic was definitely different from mine. They got treated differently in school, definitely than me, rather whether I made better grades or not, whether I'm the smarter person or not, you know what I mean? And so, you they don't touch hard on that, but they touch a little bit on that in with Steve Urkel's life. So, just that's how I really bonded with it. You know what I mean? So, for me, that's what made that. And then it was funny. You know what I mean? A lot of comedy in the nerdism, a lot of comedy with the back and forth between the husband and wife, Urkel and Urkel and her brother, Urkel and Laura, Laura and Eddie. You know what I mean? Eddie kind of remind me of Junior from My Wife and Kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, like made some dumb mistakes, but he did eventually learn from his father. You know what I mean? And so, I definitely think that was a really good show that just kind of was a staple in time for that time.
That was a spin-off of Perfect Strangers.
Nah,
Yeah,
I did not
Harry.
know that.
Perfect Strangers was a spin-off of Family Matters.
Nah, remember Harriet was the elevator operator. Perfect Strangers. They even
Nah,
had
he right, John.
they even had Carl Winslow in there for an episode.
Oh wait, what does predecessor mean? That mean came before, right? Yeah. So no, John, you're right. Yeah, it says on his is predecessor.
Harriet played the elevator operator. Carl Winslow was on there for, I think, like 2 episodes, like maybe 2 appearances. He just came through as Harriet's husband, and he was a cop. Yep. But the thing about it is, Harriet was presented as the star, and then they shifted to Carl as the star. And then Steve was on an episode. He was only supposed to be on one episode,
Right.
but
But they like it that.
it was a wrap. Like
Yeah.
Steve, like Jamil White, literally saved that show. It was gonna get canceled, but that Urkel fever was crazy, and yeah, it became like because I never used to be on some. I'm watching Family Matters now. I'm about to watch Steve Urkel. Really?
Yeah.
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 My nigga was Waldo Geraldo Faldo. That was my nigga. That you said Eddie reminded you of Junior, Waldo reminded me of Junior, bro.
Hey, yo, y'all remember Weasel? Y'all remember when Weasel was on there?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Weasel.
yeah.
Y'all remember
Yeah.
Dragons
Oh,
beat Eddie ass? Remember when the Dragons beat Eddie up
Yeah.
and they trashed
shit.
Rachel, her little restaurant or whatever she had, little gang members?
Yeah. I'm saying right. I'm
Oh
saying
yeah.
Rachel's place.
Yeah, Rachel's place. Rachel's place. Yeah.
You know who Waldo remind me of? Jazz from the Fresh Prince.
Yeah. Yeah. I do catch that too a little bit too. Yeah. I do catch that a
Yeah.
little bit. Yeah.
Bullethead from
Oh yeah. From Steve Harvey show.
yeah.
Yeah, I would have
That's my
said
number two.
Cole too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cole.
Yeah. Mr. Miller Boyette produced Family Matters. They shared a universe with Full House.
Yeah.
Steve Urkel was on an episode of Full House before.
Oh, yep.
Dang, I ain't know that.
And
Yeah, yep.
think about in your head the theme song for Family Matters. Think of it in your head.
Yeah.
With the newspaper. It's the same nigga who made the theme song for Full House.
Oh, that make a
It's the
lot of
same.
sense.
It's the same nigga. Think about it, Full House. Everywhere you look, everywhere you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, that's
It's a
crazy.
nigga
Bro.
named Jesse Frederick, white dude. He made the same thing for both shows.
Dang,
I don't
that's
know if
dope.
people in the audience knew that.
Damn, I didn't know that.
I ain't know that either.
Yeah.
I ain't know that. Going back to the real quick to the Jamie Foxx show. You know, Braxton actually married the UPS lady in real life.
Word.
Yeah, they married today. I think I want to say.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, they married in real life. They got kids and all.
What's up, Braxton? Yo, I was always in Braxton's corner, man. I'm fucking with Braxton. Yeah, I did.
What you like, Wes?
My I'm gonna go back to 2001. This my show came out after my show did his stand-up show, and he made a joke about it, about his actual TV show, the Bernie Mac show.
Yeah, nah, that's goated. Definitely goated.
And what I liked about this, because I kind of experienced this. I experienced this show just a little bit in my lifetime. You know, a sister, know what I'm saying, Joe. I don't want to get into it. That's another episode or whatever. But this show, it gave you the family values, the uncle trying to get his nephew some life experience, but in a way the nephew really wasn't comprehending too well to what he's saying. He really wasn't understanding it too well. There we go. And
Yeah.
he had he had some when he was talking to America, he had Triple H on there. He had Roy Jones on there. He had no, I'm sorry, not Roy Jones. He had what's that? Him and her. That's what he had. He had his friend. He had MJ on there one time.
Yeah, bro, man on there a lot too.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, he had Bro Man on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, that was a good show.
Yeah. Bernie Mac.
Them kids really shined in that show too.
Yeah.
Beat on there with Bernie Mac. They had different dynamics, but like them kids, they brought out some funny situations. And being a parent now, like looking at all that, like it's just
That man through hell, yo.
yeah.
I wish they had more episodes of it. Just 104 episodes. I wish they had more episodes of it.
Yeah. That's on number 5 season. It was short though. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It was on Fox. We talking about Fox earlier. Burning Show Max. I said Burning Show. Burning Show. Bernie Mac shit was on Fox.
Hmm.
But I don't know. I know he helped write and co-produce the show. So that show you how talented Bernie Mac is.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah,
shit.
he
Most
he
of us already
definitely went his
knew
way.
him.
Come on.
For 5 seasons, it did win an Emmy. It won an Emmy and shit.
Oh, that's dope.
You know, I
I think
fuck
that
with
man
it.
died too soon, man. Like,
Yeah,
he's definitely
man.
one of the greats.
One of the greats, definitely.
Yeah.
My top five, for real.
Another top five. Another one of my top five comedians.
Bernie Mac, for real. Man.
Yeah.
Was teasing
Yeah,
me.
Bernie Mac, he's my top 10.
Oh.
That is my top 10. This next show, this comedian, he in my top 5. You know what I'm saying? My list might be a little unorthodox, but my favorite TV show of all time. It ran from 1989 to 1998, 180 episodes, about 9 seasons. The show about nothing, man. My favorite TV show of all time is Seinfeld, bro.
I figured you was gonna say that too. That was a good
Yeah,
show.
Jerry Seinfeld is by top 5 favorite comedians of all time. Like when you watching Seinfeld, especially when you watching it back as an adult, it's one of those shows when you notice everything. Like you notice all the small details. Like when you watching the shit or watching the show, you like, why is this happening? Why is this like that? Like Seinfeld helped you do that, or it helped me do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The jokes, I mean, the comedic style might not be tasteful for a lot of people, but for me, the jokes come from real behavior. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with it. You can hop in any episode, any season, and every episode feel like a puzzle. You gotta break shit down. You gotta decipher shit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I fuck with Seinfeld. And I value friendship, and Seinfeld it captures friendship. You know what I'm saying? They hanging out in Tom's restaurant. You know what I'm saying? They it's like us, the smoking section. They in Tom's restaurant just chopping it up about life. Jerry and George chopping it up about the women they don't have recently or whatever.
Yeah.
Kramer with the bullshit. Elaine talking about her niggas. How we do on the motherfucking, you know what I'm saying? Every
Yeah.
fucking day we on the floor just kicking the shit. You know what I'm saying? Seinfeld captured that friendship in a lot of episodes. I fuck with that because I value friendship. You feel me? Like, John, you said earlier on you like character development, and I do too. But Seinfeld's one of those shows, bro. Like the characters stay the same from season 1 to season 9. They're the same niggas. But if you watch the show and follow it and fuck with it, you still gonna fuck with it though. That's something different. You didn't
Yeah.
really see in a lot of shows. Characters stay the same the whole entirety. Even Sheldon got some ass on Big Bang.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like when I'm watching Seinfeld, man, smoking, eating and shit, it's like I'm hanging out with them. You know what I'm saying? It's
Yeah.
Seinfeld is like it teaches me and make me feel like, you know, you don't have to be excited about everything. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's chill. You know, it's like, you know, Jerry. It's like how he viewed the world. You know, in a lot of episodes, he viewed it like a spectator.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Um, the humor might be dry for some folks, but it's funny to me. I can laugh at social confusion. You know, they talk about dating, or the shit they going through, the friendships, expectation, the life in general, the odd job. You know what I'm saying? I can just sit back, smoke a blunt, just laugh at that shit. But I be tripping outside there, man. You know,
It do remind
it
you
make
of
me
a podcast.
feel understood, huh?
It do remind you of like a podcast that was a TV show. You know what I'm saying? Like podcasts, people usually be like more, real with their conversation rather than like, a radio interview or something like that. Like where you got to be professional and maintain this persona. Like for Seinfeld, like he didn't really give a fuck, and he expressed his views, and he did it in a funny way, bro. Like I agree with you. A lot of people look at it as dry humor, but it was just like so real, and he talked about like real life issues at that time and stuff that still relate to this day.
Yeah, you're right, bro. You're right. He still performs to this day. He came out to my city last year. I ain't get to go to the show, but this nigga still performing.
Mm.
When I'm watching
Yeah.
Seinfeld, bro, I feel understood. Like some episodes I be watching, like I've been through that before. I know
Yeah.
what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Every episode, yo, like that's why I feel like I'm Jerry. Like, you know, I feel like I'm a character. Every episode that I like on my list, I feel like I'm one character off it, whether it's Charlie, whether it's Cal Barker, whether it's Fred Sanford. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? I feel like I'm Jerry Seinfeld because, you know, the mindset, I feel like we got the same mindset. I don't know how to explain it. It's like I observe shit before I react. I mean, John, we Aquarius. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yep.
You
Yep.
sit back, relax, and peep shit out. You know what I'm saying? We
Yep.
scope the room out first
You already
before we
know.
react on some shit. You know what I mean?
Oh, yo.
And that's what Jerry. That's how Jerry is on the show. You know what I'm saying? You gotta watch people closely. I appreciate logic. You know what I'm saying? I value independence. Just like Jerry, man. I'm a single man. Got my own little apartment. Live by myself. You know what I'm saying? Just out here testing the water. Just, you know what I'm saying? Talking to beautiful women. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucking Jerry. um,
Hey, bro.
Niggas who know me like that, I'm funny without even trying. Like, you know, like humor comes naturally to me. I used to want to be a comedian. I used to write jokes and shit.
Mm. Dope.
I'm kind of good at analyzing behavior a little bit, like Jerry. You know, I like clarity. Just tell me what it is. I don't like drama. I don't like confusion. Just
Yeah.
give it to me straight. I don't want to think too much about some shit. I'm fucking Jerry Seinfeld. You know what I'm saying? I can detach easily, just like that. I can ghost you, just like that. Some you do so little, so small. I don't care, give a fuck what it is. If I don't like it, I'm out of here. I'm gone. And I'm gonna call my homies and talk about it, just like fucking Jerry Seinfeld. You know what I mean?
All right.
That's why Jerry Seinfeld my favorite um TV show of all time. Let me see. I tried to turn my camera around, never mind. Oh yeah, I can turn it around. I got some Funko Pops. I want to show y'all my Funko Pops right quick.
Yeah,
Mm.
Can y'all see that shit?
yeah.
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 Big George, Elaine, knew it.
All of them.
I got Yev Kasim too. No soup for you.
That's the no, yeah.
That was that joint.
I went out and collected all the goddamn Funko Pops. I got the 4 main characters. I got Newman and the Soup Nazi. Nigga, can't tell me, nigga. I got Seinfeld t-shirts and everything. I ain't gonna go get this shit.
Word.
But yeah, man.
All right, well,
What you got, John?
my number one, y'all already know what it is.
Yeah.
I know what it is, man. My number one favorite TV show of all time. It will never change. I don't give a shit what anybody says or what I get on to. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I love that TV show. 1990 to 96, 6 seasons. You feel me? Started out on NBC and all of that. Will Smith. I mean, come on. First of all, who don't really know in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playground,
What's my day?
out Max and relax, no.
Cool. I'll shoot
Some people all outside school want a couple of guys.
Like, come on, man. You feel me? Like,
Yeah.
already iconic, already stands the test of time, already memorable. You feel me? Like, come on. And then you got Will, fish out of water, so to speak, right? Coming straight from Philly. You already looking at his family in the way, right? Or whatever the case may be, is they looking at him in the way. You got Uncle Phil and Carlton, like, we need to refine him or whatever the case may be. Ashley looks up to him. I actually think he cool because she is being, she's the baby of the family, so she ain't about to be exposed to none of this. They ain't gonna want her around none of that stuff. She think it's cool. She's growing up rich and stuff like that. They really don't fucking care. You feel me? But watch them all grow together in that Will and Carlton dynamic. Come on, man. Like, it's not too many people, two guys in the show that could really pull off that chemistry the way that Will and Carlton did. So many antics. Remember, this is just a dream. They got
Yeah.
Carlton screaming out the window and shit like Mad Dog. Like, when Carlton set Will up, but Will end up pranking Carlton, talking about he left Lisa back in the cabin. You feel me? Carlton acting stupid, like, come on. And everybody brought something to that show. Jeffrey, King of Shade. You always gonna get a nice one line from Jeffrey. Dark skin and Viv. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Dark skin and Viv was the epitome of black 90s moms. Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
like she carried herself very well, very elegant. But Carlton Banks, you get off that. You get what I'm saying? She
Yeah.
put Hillary in put Carlton in his place. She put Will in his place. Phil didn't have to do all of that. And Viv did step up when she felt she needed to, or whatever the case may be. So I also like that dynamic. And then you got Uncle Phil, who I personally believe, the greatest TV dad of all time. Like, Uncle
Yeah.
Phil, that dude, like,
Yeah.
first rest in peace, Uncle Phil. You feel me? Like, he had everything that I think that how a black father should have been portrayed. He was successful. He came from the hood. he also fought for the community. Like they had episodes on, you feel me, where they go a little bit into his history. So like he also fought for the community and stuff like that. So he was nephew in and tough, but he was fair. He was also understanding, and Uncle Phil knew how to be there for every single one of his kids in the way that they needed him to be. You know? He helped nurture the potential in Will, right? He talked to Carlton about how just because he comes from a successful family, right? Carlton wasn't looked at as like the black kid, the normal black kid. Helped Carlton with that as well. Ashley growing up, even making Hillary finally grow up and move out and get a job and stuff like that. So Uncle Phil was able to help all of his kids in the only way that they in the way that they needed to be. I always respected that. The loving husband was there for everybody, and then the comedic relief with the banter from Will to Uncle Phil, Will to Carlton, Ashley to Carlton, Carlton to Ashley, Jeffrey to Uncle Phil, Jeffrey to Will, Jeffrey to Carlton. Like it was like you can't miss. You really can't miss. And then like all of the Will had every Leon, right? Um Tina, Fancy, Tyra Banks,
Yeah.
Tifa. More, it was a lot more, wasn't it? Elite,
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
long.
Neil Tyra Banks.
yeah, I would say yeah, Neil Long, Tyra Banks. Um,
like Will had all of the yo that
Tisha
Yeah.
Campbell.
I would say yeah, right. I would say yeah, a young Tisha Campbell.
yo, y'all ever see those like those little reels, whether it's on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, and they was like the 90s woman and they go through all of the 90s actresses and everything. Like 75% of them was on the first Prince of Bel-Air. Like for real. And then you got
Yeah,
the
even Don Cheadle had a cameo.
yeah, he played the comedian friend. Like Quincy Jones on there, Stevie Wonder on there, um, Oprah Winfrey, Heavy D, Chris Cross, Tevin Campbell, Queen Latifah, Don Cheadle, Lynn Marini, Sherman Helmsley, Della Reese, Chris Rock, Arsenio Hall, Holyfield, Magic Johnson, Muhammad Ali. Like you feel me? And then you have the scenes, right? You got the scenes where um, Will telling Carlton, you feel me, to give up the gun. Because you know Carlton ain't, you feel me? Ain't really about that life or probably going down the wrong path. That was a powerful scene. That was great acting. You also got the scene where Will confronted Carlton about not going to see Uncle Phil while Uncle Phil had that slight heart attack. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
So he confronted him about that. Like, you need to be in there with your pops. I wish I could be in there. You feel me? Then everybody know the famous scene. Why he don't want me seen. You feel me? So
Yeah,
it was real powerful acting in that show as well. And they also targeted things, especially when Carlson overdosed and Will had to apologize to the family. You know, so it was a lot. They even showed and with Uncle Phil go whatever they was going through with Uncle Phil's political ambition, you know. So, and they show how they got that. So it's a classic for me. It's one of my all-time favorites. It like really put me on the map. And then, you know, like he kind of opened the door a little bit for these rappers. Maybe he opened the door for Brandy, right? Moesha or LL Cool J in the house. You feel me? Or,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why Fresh Prince of Bel Air is gonna always be my favorite. I could put that show on any time, still laugh, and I probably know it word for word. Never get Fresh Prince of Bel Air. My top, my number one.
If you don't know, they made that theme song in 15 minutes while they was on tour. Him and Jazzy Jeff.
Word.
Yeah. The original theme, they had an original theme song before that, but Quincy Jones thought it was a piece of shit. So he quoted, Will quoted him saying that. So they made that song on tour in 15 minutes.
Show became iconic for real. Like it really did.
We all know the story, the infamous story. The first 2 seasons, Will didn't get paid because he owed taxes.
Word.
Yeah, so the first 2 seasons of Fresh Prince, Will didn't get paid for it because they just took it, so he paid his back taxes with that.
Damn.
So he basically went for free. But yeah, Fresh Prince of Bel Air, man, that was the show that put Will Smith on the map, man. No lie, like he was doing Fresh Prince, and he got the role for Independence Day. Then he got the role for Men in Black, And shortly after Fresh Prince was over, he had the role for Enemy State, and took off from there.
Yeah. At one
You
point,
know what
Will
I'm
was the
saying?
highest paid actor in Hollywood.
Hey yo,
Yeah.
he was offered Neo in the Matrix, but he declined.
I heard stuff about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did Wild Wild West instead.
Talk about an L. Now that's an L, yo.
I actually like that movie. Yeah, and the theme song was a hit. They took a Stevie Wonder song, put Cisco on it, and he rapped on that shit, and that shit was still a hit. That Wild Wild West theme song was a hit, bro.
The Men in Black song was fire.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah. They his film company, him and Jada got a film company. I forget the name of it, but they produced Cobra Kai. They produced the last Bad Boys movie. They got something on National Geographic now called Pole to Pole, where Will Smith going from the South Pole to the North Pole. That joint real good. It's really an interesting show. That's on Disney Plus.
I think it's on what's that too. It's on Hulu too. I think.
Oh yeah, I bet because Disney on Hulu. Yeah,
he got the what's the name? Yeah.
Yeah, and then they putting out I Am Legend Part 2 that's coming soon, and then Hancock 2 they putting that together.
I want to see Hancock too, but how they gonna do I Am Legend 2? Like, is Will gonna be in it or flashbacks or some shit?
I don't know. I just seen that when I looked up the company. I seen that.
Hancock was my shit too, yo, for real. We need to
Oh
go.
no, I'm saying no. Yeah, Hancock 2 they doing that one, but Hitch, and I don't know how they doing that either. I don't get it, but they bringing back Hitch.
I remember Hitch, yo. Damn, that's a
Yeah.
Kevin
I mean, it made him a very rich man, yo. Like this show made him a very Fresh Prince made him.
James, right?
Huh?
Hitch that had Kevin James in it, right?
Yeah.
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 I saying that's my man from King of Queen. Yeah.
Queen. Yeah.
Paul Blart Marcotte.
Yeah. Paul, yeah.
Here comes the boom.
Yeah.
I liked that movie right there.
We do movie reviews too, bro. My next movie that I pick, I gotta go out the West. My next movie gonna be a Will Smith movie.
Word.
The Will Smith movie.
Oh
Yes,
shit.
sir.
That's what's up.
Yeah, yo. I remember you picked West got New Jack City, right?
Yeah.
And you got Concussion, right?
Yeah, I got about 12 episodes to go.
I was saying what that's on It's concussion on in a show that we got
What was it? Huh?
concussion.
Is that the name of
Yeah,
it? Jamal? That's the name of it?
yeah.
Alright. I think you can go ahead to your number one, Chris.
All right. So I know this probably breaking the rules a little bit, but I got my reason for this. My number one is a two-part. It's two shows, but to me, these shows kind of mirror each other. They came out around the same time. They got around the same amount of seasons. Uh, but they both to me kind of a reflection of each other, and spawned off some great careers. And it's between Growing Pains and The Cosby Show. The Cosby Show came out in '84, had 8 seasons. Growing Pain came out in '85, had 7 seasons. Um, just for the reasons of what I've been mentioning pretty much all night. Just like family values that was just kind of things I needed to see. You know what I mean? Like you know for you, Uncle Phil, but for me, Bill. Bill Cosby just kind of just like showed a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Like his wife successful. They making sure the kids go off the college, like to have an education. They made sure they kept the household fed. Same thing with Growing Pains, like the husband and wife had a good dynamic, good careers. They made sure the kids like went through school, understanding their lessons. You get the great Leonardo DiCaprio from that. You know what I mean? You get the fine ass Lisa Bonet from the Cosbys. You know what I mean? So you got some iconic shows that really was just about the full spectrum of a family, and I just admired that because it wasn't something I had, but it was something I strived to be. And so now I got 3 kids, a wife. You know, a professional myself. My wife, a licensed cosmetologist and a certified hair restoration specialist. We helped each other with our careers, and I use my connections to help her out. She'll use her prowess to help me out. So, like, and then we instill these, our kids. They make all A's. Well, one of them made a C this time, but we gonna work on that.
Right.
But he started off making all A's. You know what I'm saying? It's just just getting his attention on. So he kind of reminded me of Theo. But just really those two shows kind of went hand in hand for me. You know what I mean? It was comedy, but it was also just a great picture of what a successful family could look like. You know what I'm saying? And that's something just in the area I grew up in. Like I ain't see a lot of like even with mom and dad homes, like I saw, domestic violence, you know what I'm saying? Like things like that, men cheating on their wives, like they're not holding their wives as queens, just like different things that just didn't really exist in my in my reach, but definitely it was real to me in those shows. So but they similar shows, you know what I'm saying? Like as far as what they meant, you know what I mean. But one's a white family, one's a black family, and so yeah, I mean, you had some appearances on those shows too of different celebrity guests, and it's a list of names, but you do have some just like I guess at that time that myth or the vision of the American family, you know what I'm saying? You saw it on both spectrums, white and black. with these shows. And Growing Pains really was that. Like, you did see a lot of aspect of the kids growing pains, as well as the parents being parents and having to deal with situations, that aren't favorable to have to deal with, you know what I'm saying? But they always handled them with integrity. It wasn't a great sense of panic with the fathers. The mothers were loving and endearing. Just everything you want in an all around family. And I think that's just what made all those kids come out of those households and do something great. Within those shows and how they advanced over time. But yeah, you know, um, both of them got good theme songs. Growing Pain, that show me that smile, ooh, show me that smile. That was my shit. Like it was some white people shit, but it was some white people shit that I love. You know what I mean? Then you got a couple of theme songs with the Cosbys, but he definitely incorporated like jazz. They had the jazz hip hop in one of them. They kind of altered theirs over time. You had that one where it was kind of like the intro was like a Broadway theme or like a show theme. They had the hands and all that stuff happening. But he had a nice little budget for that intro. When they added the violins and strings and stuff like that, because I was in band and I was in orchestras. So for me, I had a lot of experience with music, and it that show helped cultivate that. It didn't just show me, only hip hop. It didn't show me only, for the Cosbys. That didn't only show me, the hip hop side. Like it showed me a more refined black taste. Like now I don't drink liquor that much. You know what I'm saying? If I am drinking, it's gonna be tequila. But I'm more of a wine drinker now. I ain't see myself as a wine drinker growing up, but now I just kind of that's my jam. Like that's my liquid marijuana. You know what I mean? So everybody know I smoke because that's what I'm famous for. A song called "Fly Away." Look it up on YouTube. 200,000 views. Um, like I'm one of the smoking kings in South Carolina, bro. Like I blow it down, but at the end of the day, like alcohol make me feel different, so I'm not as much of a fan of hard liquor unless, like I say, it's tequila or my wine. You know what I'm saying? And more so nowadays that wine for me. And I think this just kind of that the viewing of the Cosby just allowed me to grow into that side of our culture that wasn't always celebrated or viewed, And again, Dr. Hustle was a doctor, you know what I mean? So like, looking at that, well, he's a doctor by degree, but he's a psychiatrist or something, right? So like even that it's just showing like different aspects of what almost in the sense of living single, like it's showing the aspects of what we can do at our greatest. You know what I'm saying? It's not holding us back to be in a struggling neighborhood like Good Times. Even though Good Times is one of our great shows, like, it showed the struggle, but we just, we didn't, as a people, we wasn't supposed to stay there because we invented most of the shit that's here today. We invented the elevator, the stoplight, the signal light, you know what I'm saying? Like the engine, even though we ain't getting credit for that, the cotton gin that turned into the assembly line, like Henry Ford got that idea from a black man. Once he saw the cotton gin, he invented the assembly line. So, like, it's like seeing the black excellence. They talked about some of that stuff in them shows. Like when you go back and look at it, like they talked about certain things that we did great. Miles Davis, like the musician that played the trumpet, like just it's just different elements of us that we shined in other arenas, and it wasn't just this black place, you know what I mean, that America tries to put us in. So that's what I love most about the Cosby Show. And it just let me know, alongside Fresh Prince, like because he was the judge. It let me know, like, all right, well, I ain't gotta limit myself. You know what I'm saying? As a young person,
Yep.
it let me know, like, I ain't gotta limit myself by just being, a football player, a basketball player, a rapper. You know what I mean? Like, it just, it's more out there. Once you become a man, like, you gotta start to do man things, and I think that's just what that show showed me, with Bill. Even his relationship with his wife, like, there's times where he stood up as a man, but there's also times where he let his wife be a queen and let his kids see that. You know what I mean? So I respect, that value of that show and, what it gave us in our society. And then, then we get to spin off of a different world that comes from, that show. So, you know, yeah, man, I really love both of them shows. Like I said, Growing Pains, Leonardo DiCaprio, really one of the greats as far as, male actors. Um, he really shined in that show. He was like a rough kid that kind of got adopted into a family, that was something he was seeing, so you get different elements from the shows, but you also get similar elements from the shows. So, both of them was great watches for me. um I as a younger person, I grew up more seeing the Cosby Show, but once Growing Pains got the Disney Channel, that's when I started seeing more of that show. um so I was a little bit older then, so but it hit me like that, so those are my two that I try to combine into one is my top one. But I guess it really goes more to the Cosby side. But yeah, it goes my top pick.
Mm.
Yeah, gave us a 2-for-1 combo.
Let-
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
man.
like the Cosby Show too, man. Because Cliff, was a doctor and Claire was a lawyer. Two successful black parents. That was my first time seeing some shit like that. That was on the Cosby Show.
yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
I'll say the Cosby Show, like you said, I'll say you got that real big like before the Fresh Prince and before the Winslow before Family Matters and all the other shows with with both parents and and the household and all that, and the kids going to school. And yeah, true. Some on in the Cosby Show, like Theo was a handful. I ain't gonna cap. Theo was a handful.
Yeah, he was.
It's iconic. I think one of the biggest testaments to the Cosby Show was like um they was calling a black man America's dad.
Yeah,
Like think about that. You call him a black man America's dad. You feel me?
Yeah,
Like I think that said a lot about the Cosby Show. And then of course we had the beautiful Felicia Rashad.
yeah,
You feel me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
and also too, like you said, you got some good you got some good people that came up through that show, like Raven Simone,
Raven Simone.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep. Yep.
Michael Jordan.
I want him. Yep.
Yeah,
yeah. Rest in peace.
Rest in peace, for real.
yeah,
yeah. Rest in peace.
Erica Alexander, the girl that played Maxine Shaw, Living
Oh
Single.
yeah,
yeah.
Beast
yeah.
Bonet.
Lisa Bonet, who now produced um Chloe Kravitz. Her
Yeah. Yep.
yeah, Lenny Kravitz produced Chloe with Zoe Kravitz,
Really
who's
crackers, yeah.
who's now, you know, becoming a star in her own right. But, you know, I think a lot of that is based off the fact that she looks an awful lot like her mama back in the college.
Yeah. What you got, Wes?
Well, my number one, it was 5 seasons and which ran out to be 101 episodes. It was on the WB, and it came on, I think, before the Jamie Foxx show, or I want to be sure. I think before the Jamie Foxx show or after the Jamie Foxx show. The Wayne brothers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're brothers. We're
We're
happy
happy
and we're
and
singing
we're and
Yeah.
what got me with this show was that the father, he he put the work ethic in his boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And true, yeah, it all started out first with just Marlon and Pops working at the diner. And then Sean came along and Sean brought the news saying, so technically they got the lower level on lock.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hey, yo, man. Marlon, yo, the episode that sticks out to me the most anytime the Wayne brothers is brought up is when they thought Sean was selling drugs.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Marlon's stupid, that's not the kids. He said, please, me and boy, yo quiero Taco Bell.
That dude was crazy, yo. He really showed his comedy. How proud of him.
Yo, for real, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a fool, but he was funny with it though. It was natural for him to be. It felt like it was like Sean tried to be. I mean, the older brother Marlon.
Yeah.
No, Sean.
Sean, the older brother.
I said
Sean tried to be funny, but Marlon was naturally funny. Like that
Yeah.
shit just spilled out of him.
Because Marlon was just goofy with it.
Yeah, really goofy.
Like plain old dumb, like for real.
Yeah.
And then very animated and you know, overacting and stuff like that. A real ham, you know?
Yeah. I'll say also too, you got I think you got anterior appearance by Roy Jones Jr. And that episode right there. And he had a song out. Oh my God, I got the name of the song by Roy Jones Jr. But those on the rooftop singing it.
Oh,
I'm trying to think of the name of the song. Not by the Headbangers. Was it that one? No, or Got to Be Tough, Got to Be Loose. Was it that one?
I think that's what it was. I think that's that one.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name of it.
And they had it was Busta Rhymes was on their episode, and he was talking with D for the diner. He was talking with D, and Marlon stole his limo. I'm saying because Marlon was Marlon stole his limo, and because Marlon had wanted to go to he had a backstage show. I'm saying Marlon had a little show going on, so he promoted Busta Rhymes was gonna be there. And motherfuckers and everybody kept saying like, "Oh man, Marlon, you ain't gonna come through. Marlon ain't gonna come through." So Marlon stole a limo and kidnapped Busta Rhymes.
Y'all remember when they was on Jerry Springer?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people in the audience might not know, man. That show was created by King and Ivy Wayans. We were just talking about him earlier.
Everybody should know that.
King
Man,
and Ivy. People don't know. People think Marlon and Sean created the job.
Yeah, you right. You right. Shit.
Nah, Keenan produced pretty much everything they was in.
Everything, yo.
I would say another sad note with that too that I heard Marlon say this in in talk shows and also on podcasts. He said that that Keenan really wasn't trying to put them on too much. He kind of like all right, okay, now if you're gonna try to get this role, all right, don't try to make don't try to make the white man, the other producers laugh. Make me laugh. If you can make me laugh, then you get the role.
Mm.
And
Nah, I
sure
get
enough, when Marlon went up for auditions or whatever, like with White Chicks and all the other movies that he did, Marlon Marlon kept that. He kept the man said, okay, all right, don't try to make the producers laugh. Make my brother laugh.
I
Make
mean,
my
you got
big
to
brother
think
laugh.
that's a time when almost all the writers were Jewish. Almost, you know what I mean? Like it was, it was easy for them to get something cheesy. Like all these writers wanted to be Seinfeld, but Seinfeld was actually funny.
Yeah.
But you got a lot of shows that was written by people that really, they just thought of stuff that was funny to them. You know what I'm saying? So that make a lot of sense that he would say that because you want to appeal to the audience that's going,
Yeah.
watch your stuff. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it makes sense.
Definitely did. Marlon was fucking real.
And then they had to live up to Keenan and Damon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Damon busts out with Major Pain, and bro, that's one of my
Oh,
all-time favorite movies, bro.
that he
I
said,
can't
I'm
hit
sorry.
you.
I'm
That was my
sorry,
shit.
Mr. Sir. If you don't address me, I'm talking. I'm
But
talking.
my put in your ass. Do you hear me, boy? Do you do?
Yo, you know what? Fuck that. I'm watching Major Pain, yo. For real.
Yeah, that's like one of the best movies of
Know
all
what? I
time.
should change it, Joe. I should go with Major Payne and send me Drake City. That's like as I should go.
Major Pain was
That's my joint, y'all.
for real.
The
He
little
said,
engine that
Just so I can
could.
get you back on. Just so I can get you back on, Chris.
that man said,
Just so I
where
can get
you
you back
at?
on. Know what? I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that just for you, Chris. I'm gonna do that just for
Hey,
you.
let me know. I'm here. I'm ready. Let
I'll
me
say,
know.
I think mine next, ain't it? That's the next show, right?
Yeah. Nah,
Yep.
we got the wrestling and then we got the movie review.
Okay, bet. Major
Let me
Payne,
know.
yeah,
I'm
that's
here.
me, Major Payne.
I used to almost know that movie
Why you
word
gonna
for
take
word.
it?
I done did my in my notes for New Jack City and all of that.
Okay, fine. All right. That's me. All right, that's my next go round.
That's my movie, man.
Man, this nigga said, fuck New Jack City. I'm gonna do.
Major Payne is a good one. It's definitely on the list though. One that just shot the closet. It was like if he's still in there, he ain't happy.
Yeah, you know, it is what it is. Shit, I think that's a good show, man. I think we don't talk their head off for the night. A good show. Our top 5 favorite sitcoms of all time.
Yeah.
Tune in next week for another exciting episode of the Smoking Section podcast. You guys got any closing thoughts?
No, not really. It was good talking about these shows. You feel me? Reminiscing and stuff like that. And I guess it just goes to show, even if you get older, man, you can still take things that gave you comfort and joy and laughter as a child. Like you can still bring that stuff with you, man. Like for real. And I guess tap into some of that stuff, man. It brings that joy, good times and memories. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed this show. Definitely appreciate my homie Christoph for pulling up too.
I appreciate you for having me, man. This is a dope experience with you guys, man. Y'all real down to earth. Y'all real. You know what I'm saying? No, no fakeness in this circle. Man, I appreciate y'all for, inviting me into y'all humble abode. I enjoy it every time. Y'all dudes doing God's work, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, keep doing what y'all doing. Again, my name Chris the King for everybody watching. Y'all look for me, you know what I mean? I can sing, I can rap, you know what I mean? Just give you a little taste. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. So, I sing, I rap, you know what I
Ooh,
mean? Entertain. I'm a businessman all around. We can talk about stocks, we can talk about history, whatever you want to talk about. But I appreciate y'all guys. When y'all ready to have me again, I'm here.
You already know.
man.
I appreciate that, brother. It's been an honor.
Yes, sir.
And
Um,
for West, John, what you about to say, bro? Go ahead.
I was just about to say that it's been a, it's been a good topic. I've been waiting for this topic right here, Joe, since last week. I've been waiting. I would say did my little homework early, Joe, on the real.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Um, and it's nice having good good guests on here, Joe. That you know what I'm saying, Joe. He brought something to the table. You know what I'm saying, Joe. He brought shows that yeah that that was on my list too, and he brought some good points to my shows that I had in my mind, and he brought a good vibe to the show, and yeah, and yes, the invitation is a send that to you, bro, on the real. So man, whenever we have another good show, whenever we have something else in mind, hey, you wanna you want a list to come?
For real.
Hey, I'll be back. Appreciate it.
Yeah, most definitely, bro.
Appreciate you.
Definitely gotta have you back. Definitely on our next music episode.
Yeah, most definitely.
Definitely for that one.
Definitely. I'm here, yo.
And the movie one too. Yeah, music and movies.
Yeah, most definitely. John been telling me to, come and check the family out. So I appreciate you for the invite, man.
You
Culture
heard?
Vulture, I'm there for that one when we talk about the Culture Vultures.
Oh, I
And,
can't
and,
wait.
and when we do that growing pains, I'm here.
Oh
I mean, not
yeah,
growing pains, the major pain. Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir. And for Cristal the King, John and West, I am Jamar. Good night and good fight, everybody.